Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet.
Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Crime on this Monday edition of the podcast with episodes of Dragnet starring Jack Webb, the FBI in Peace and War, Mr. Keen, Tracer of Lost Persons, the Hallmark Playhouse Victor Jory stars in Lincoln and the Baltimore Plot, and we'll wrap it all up with an episode of Claudia. That's what's coming up on this Monday. This is the 9th day of February. It is also the 40th day of the year and the 325 days left in 2026. After no presidential candidate received a majority of electoral votes, the House elected John Quincy Adams President of the U.S. on this date in 1825. In 1861, Jefferson Davis elected the Provisional President of the Confederate States of America. The Weather Bureau established on this date in 1870, and in 1889, the Department of Agriculture established as a cabinet-level agency. William G. Morgan invented volleyball on this date in 1895, and in 1942, top U.S. military leaders hold their first formal meeting to discuss American military strategy in World War II. Daylight saving time went into effect in the U.S. on this date in 1942, and it will remain there until the conclusion of the war. Allied authorities on this date in 1943 declared Guadalcanal secure after Imperial Japan evacuated its remaining forces from the island, ending the Battle of Guadalcanal. Senator Joseph McCarthy accused the U.S. State Department of being filled with communists on this date in 1950.
The State Department. Now, I want to tell the Secretary of State this. If he wants to call me tonight at the Utah Hotel, I'll be glad to give him the names of those 57 card-carrying communists. Now, I don't claim to be any FBI or anything, so that when I have the names of 57, you can be right well sure there are a lot more.
Let me say this clearly. I am not a communist supporter, but number one, just because somebody believed at one point in their life that communism was a good thing, that doesn't mean they could have not changed their mind, and that was one of the things Mr. McCarthy always believed. Once a commie, always a commie. And the only good commie was a dead commie, according to Senator McCarthy. But number two, there are some good things in communism. Communism itself is not a bad thing. But love thy neighbor and take care of those who can't take care of themselves. Those surely are principles that we can all agree on are fair. And communism, not a good thing. Just getting rid of individual, the ability to build oneself, which is communism believed that, a 100% level play field. And, of course, that was never built. That level playing field was never built by building people up. It was always built by tearing everybody else, the successful ones, down. Joanne Woodward received the first star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on this date in 1960. In 1965, the first U.S. combat troop sent to South Vietnam, and in 1969, the first test flight of the Boeing 747. A 6.4 Richter scale, the Silmar earthquake, hit the San Fernando Valley area of California on this date in 1971.
It's a mess. It's a real mess. I can't believe it. I'm looking at all of these structures as badly damaged as they are. The bridges are just broken and down. It's very bumpy here. If I sound a little broken up, it's because I'm bouncing up and down like a yo-yo.
We have been very blessed that we have not had quakes of that magnitude for a while now, at least in the continental United States. It doesn't mean they're not going to happen. Also on this date in 1971, Satchel Paige became the first Negro League player to become voted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Apollo 11 returned to Earth on this date also in 1971 after the third manned lunar landing. In 1986, Comet Halley reached perihelion, its closest approach to the Sun, on this date in 1986 during its second visit to the solar system in the 20th century. It was on this date in 1992, a year after revealing he was HIV positive, Magic Johnson came out of retirement for one day to play in the NBA All-Star Game in Orlando. Magic Johnson led all scorers with 25 points and was named the most valuable player.
It's like I'm in a dream right now, and I don't ever want to wake up, because for one day I got the NBA back in me for one day, and it was great.
Magic Johnson came out of retirement again briefly for the 1996 season, 4 years later, and then briefly coached his old team, the Los Angeles Lakers. In 2001, the American submarine USS Greenville accidentally struck and sunk the Aimi Maru, a Japanese training vessel operated by a fishery high school. Passing away on this date in history, musician Eddie Duchin, actress Sophie Tucker, actor Gabby Hayes, musician Percy Faith, also Bill Haley of Bill Haley in the Comets, Tyrone Davis, the soul singer, the man who co-founded NFL Films and had that wonderful voice that narrated so many of those films in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. Ed Sable passing on this date, as did the wonderful jazz composer-performer Chick Corea. Birthdays on this date include President Nine. We'll talk about him in a moment. Can you remember who it is? Also, actor Ronald Coleman, Brian Donlevy, Dangerous Assignment, actress Carmen Miranda, dancer Gypsy Rose Lee, country singer Ernest Tubb, actress Katherine Grayson, journalist Roger Mudd, and evangelist Garner Ted Armstrong. President Nine, do you remember who it is? He was the first to die in office, and he was the last president born before the Declaration of Independence was written. He was President number 9, William Henry Harrison, and he was born on this date in history. All those folks that we just mentioned, born on this date, they have all gone on to another shore.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
A lot of musicians on this date celebrating birthdays, among them Barry Mann, who wrote with his wife Cynthia Weil, Who Put the Bump in the Bump-a-Dump-a-Dump. Also Carole King, born on this date. Barbara Lewis, Hello Stranger. Others singers on this date include country singer Travis Tritt. He is 63 today. And the girl who did Hit Me Up, from the cartoon animated feature film Happy Feet, Gia Farrell, is 37. Those who are not singers who were born on this date included Joe Pesci. He is 83.
I ain't slept in 5 days. I got no money, a dress code problem, and a little murder case, which in the balance holds the lives of 2 innocent kids.
From the crazy movie My Cousin Vinny, Joe Pesci, 83 today. Actress Mia Farrow is 81. From Who's the Boss and SVU, Judith Light is 77. Jim J. Bullock is 71 today. Let's see. Who else? Oh, I didn't mention Holly Johnson from Frankie Goes to Hollywood, who is 66 today. From It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Charlie Day is 50.
If I wanted to dress in a full-body green spandex suit, it went in the show. And if I had a weird idea about putting mittens on kittens, it went in the show.
That's what makes the best performers. You know, when you're writing a show, it's like this place. If there's something I think belongs, it goes in the show. That was Charlie Day, and he is 50 years old today. Tom Hiddleston is 45.
I am Loki of Asgard, and I am burdened with glorious purpose.
In the Thor and Avenger movies, he played Thor's evil brother, Loki. Tom Hiddleston, 45 today. From Game of Thrones, Rose Leslie is 39.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Ooh, Rose Leslie, 39 today from Game of Thrones. And from The Wire and Friday Night Lights, Michael B. Jordan is 39.
I lived my entire life waiting for this moment. I trained, I lied, I killed, just to get here.
That clip was actually from Black Panther. Michael B. Jordan, 39 today. And from the show that was not on Netflix. It was on, I can't remember. It was another streaming service. But Heels, Kelly Berglund is 30, a pro wrestling show. Those just a few of the people celebrating the 9th day of February is their birthday. If this happens to be your birthday...
Hi, we're the 4 freshmen, and we just want to say, Happy birthday to you!
I fibbed. I was right. It actually is now Netflix. It was originally Starz that produced the first 2 seasons of Heels, and it is now, the 3rd season is forthcoming. So there, I did get that halfway right, even though I knew it was wrong. But it was right. What can I say? You know what's right? If you got gut issues, dealing with them. And how do you deal with them best? One of the ways is through Professor B's Digestive Aid. It was developed for an individual going through digestive issues after suffering from surgery and the after effects. And if you are suffering from that, if you're suffering from cancer, if you are suffering from the after effects of the treatments, if you're dealing with acid reflux, if you're dealing with other throat issues, check out Professor B's Digestive Aid. See if it could be successful for you. If it does not deliver what you think it should, you will get a money-back guarantee. Go to classicradio.stream or go to the show notes here. You'll find the link to the Professor B's website, profbees.com. Use the promo code Wyatt if you think it'll work for you, and you will save yourself 10%, and you'll also support the podcast. Check it out, profbees.com, promo code Wyatt. Your gut deserves your best. Check it out. And also, stay tuned to check out Jack Webb, Dragnet, and the Big Broad.
I'm Ed Asner. The American Cancer Society has asked me to quit smoking, and I'm asking you to join me. Now, don't panic, it's just for a day, November 16th. That's the day they'd like every smoker in America to take a breather from cigarettes. They figure if people can quit for a day, they might just quit for a lifetime. A lifetime. Yours and mine. Join the Great American Smokeout, November 16th.
We continue now in this Monday edition of Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, going back 66 years to February 9th, 1954. Jack Webb as Sergeant Joe Friday in Dragnet and the Big Broad.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Dragnet is brought to you by Chesterfield, made by Liggett & Myers, first major tobacco company to bring you a complete line of quality cigarettes.
You're a detective sergeant. You're assigned a robbery detail. A pair of thieves has been terrorizing the merchants in your city. They're described as a man and a woman. From their actions, you know they're capable of murder. Your job, stop them. Today, you hear these 3 words everywhere. Chesterfield's for me. The cigarette with a proven good record with smokers. Here is the record. Bi-monthly examinations of a group of smokers show no adverse effects to the nose, throat, and sinuses from smoking Chesterfields. Chesterfields for me. The cigarette tested and approved by 30 years of scientific tobacco research. Chesterfield's for me. Chesterfield gives you proof of highest quality, low nicotine. The taste you want, the mildness you want. The Chesterfield you smoke today is the best cigarette ever made, and best for you.
Dragnet, the documented drama of an actual crime. For the next 30 minutes, in cooperation with the Los Angeles Police Department, you will travel step by step on the side of the law through an actual case transcribed from official police files. From beginning to end, from crime to punishment, Dragnet is the story of your police force in action.
It was Wednesday, July 23rd. It was warm in Los Angeles. We were working the night watch out of robbery detail. My partner's Frank Smith. The boss is Chief of Detectives Thad Brown. My name's Friday. I was on my way back from the main jail, and it was 8:16 p.m. when I got to room 27A. Robbery detail. Hi, Slats.
Joe? Any word from Frank?
Yeah, I talked to the skipper this morning. He said they were having a little trouble with that extradition.
Anything big?
No, I guess not. Chief Brown said the authorities back in St. Louis would get it straightened out. Frank ought to be back in the middle of next week.
Mm-hmm.
Skipper said he wants me to work with you on that liquor store thing.
Gaffney and I can use some help. We've run down just about every lead there is. They all end up in the same place.
Well, I got a little of it. You want to fill me in on the rest?
Yeah. Hot shot, I'll get it. Well, you can get it firsthand.
Yeah?
They just scored again.
Sergeant Slats Henry, Tom Gaffney, and I went downstairs to the carpool. We took out our robbery car and we rolled on the call code 3. It took us a little over 10 minutes to get to the corner of Alexandria and Burns Avenues. The place that had reported being robbed was a small neighborhood liquor store. By the time we'd gotten there, a radio card answered the call, and a felony car from Hollywood Division had gotten there. While Gaffney talked with the men in the felony car, Slats and I went inside the store to see the victim. The uniformed officer who was with him told us that the elderly man's name was Charles Osborne. We got what information the officer had been able to get, and while he went to his unit to get out a broadcast on the suspects, Slats and I talked to Osborne.
Well, there isn't much to tell. I guess they worked it the same way they've been doing. Just the way how it tells in the papers. The same.
Mm-hmm. There were 2 of them, were there?
Yeah, the man and the woman, 2.
Might be better if you told us just exactly what happened.
Well, just pick up any paper. It's all there. They've been doing the same thing for a couple of weeks. I don't understand it. I don't.
What's that, Mr. Osborne?
Well, these 2 just walk into any store and take what they want. You guys don't seem to be able to stop them. You go great guns after they've held up somebody, then you're great. But where are you when they're doing the robbing, huh? Where are you then? Where?
Well, if you'll just calm down here and tell us what happened, we might be able to do something about it.
Oh. Well, they come in just like always.
About what time was that?
Well, it must have been around 8. I was a little too busy to look at my watch.
Mm-hmm. You want to go ahead?
Well, there was 2 of them, man and the woman.
Yes, sir.
Man and woman stood over there at the door. Woman walked right up here at the counter, right up, stood there. First off, I thought she had a cold or something. Wasn't long that thought held on, though. No, sir, not long at all.
Yes, sir.
Turned out to be a mask. Handkerchief, you know, right across here. Right here across her face. About that time, of course, I realized there was something was wrong, you know. Anybody walks into a store with a mask on, they don't mean no good. Oh, none.
Yes, sir. Did you get a good look at the pair before they put the masks on?
No, sir, not at all. No. They had them kind of up over their mouths when they come in, kind of like they was going to cough or something. Then they took their hands away, and I could see that the handkerchief was tied right on. Tied.
Yes, sir. You want to go ahead?
Well, this woman come over to the counter and asked me for a bottle of Canadian whiskey. Just as calm as can be. I asked for it right out. Now, mind, you see, all this time I thought she had a cold.
Yes, sir.
I walked over, you see, there. Yeah, that's where I keep the Canadian stuff, and got a bottle.
I see.
Got it right down, and I turned around, and there she was, just standing there with a mask on. Had it tied right around, tied.
Yes, sir. What happened then?
Well, I asked them what the big idea was. I thought that maybe they was playing a little joke, you see. They was, but it was on me. Woman told me to put the bottle in the paper bag and put the money in the bag, too. Told me to open the register and just put all the money right in the bag.
Did you see if they were armed?
No wonder you haven't caught them.
Sir?
You got a life-size picture of me giving them the money if they wasn't armed. You got that kind of idea?
No, sir. We just want to know if they had guns.
Well, of course they had guns.
Did you see them?
Well, naturally. right out in the open. No. Wait a second. Come right down to it. I didn't actually see them. The fellow, he was at the door over there. He had his hand in his pocket. She had her hand in a purse, see? Like this.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
Like this, kind of. Come right down to it. I didn't really see them, no. But I'm sure they was there. I'm sure.
Yes, sir. Well, what happened after the woman asked for the money?
Well, her and the fella just told me not to move for 5 minutes. Said for me to keep real still. Said I wouldn't get hurt if I just took it easy. And they left the store.
They walk away from the place?
Oh, no, sir. They had a car parked right out in front. Right in front. Got into that and roared down the street. I counted to 100 by ones and then called you.
Did the uniformed officer get a description of the car?
Yes, I give it to him right off.
All right, Mr. Osborne, if you'd give us a description of the pair.
Well, the woman was about, was it maybe 5'3", around in there, weighing around 130.
Mm-hmm. How about the color of her hair?
Red, just flaming red. Had blue eyes, so I guess her hair really was that color.
What color were the eyes?
Flaming red. I told you that before.
No, sir,
yes.
not her eye. Her eyes.
Yes. Her eyes. Oh, I'm all confused here. Well, her eyes were blue.
Yes, sir.
So that's how I knew that. Hair was bright red.
What was she wearing?
Oh, had on a kind of beret, green, kind of green coat, red purse, red shoes, low heel. The front was cut out.
Mm-hmm. How about the man? What did he look like?
Oh, he's a big one. He must have been around 6 feet. I couldn't tell too good because he was standing over there with the door. Oh, but he was a big one, I tell you. He weighed about 170, maybe more.
How about his coloring?
Dark hair, dark eyes. Of course, I couldn't see anything very good. Then he had that mask on.
What was he wearing?
He had a blue suit on, looked kind of like it was linen.
How about his shirt and tie?
White shirt, black tie. Shirt was a button-down collar. No hat.
Did either one of them have any marks or scars that might make it easier to identify him?
Not that I could see, no, sir.
Well, how about accents? Either of them have any kind of speech peculiarity?
No.
Exactly what did the woman say to you? Do you remember the words she used?
Well, first off, she asked for the whiskey. Said, give me a bottle of Canadian whiskey. Didn't mention any special brand.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I brought it back, she said, just put it in the paper bag and empty the register in there, too. That's what the woman said.
Did the man say anything at all?
Well, when it was leaving, he said, stay put, Pop. Stay there for 5 minutes. You won't get hurt. Those are his words, exact. I remember them.
Mm-hmm. All right, sir. We'd like you to come downtown and check some pictures for us, if you will.
Well, I guess it'll be all right. You guys should sure get on the ball, though. It's getting pretty bad.
Sir?
Seems a little silly you can't catch these people right out instead of rushing around locking the door after the horse has been stole. A little late then, seems to me.
Yes, sir. Well, they've been pretty lucky. They'll probably try this same thing again.
Yeah.
We'll try to beat it the next time. A search of the immediate area failed to turn up anything that might lead to the identity of the thieves. A broadcast had been gotten out to all cars in the city giving the description of the couple, the automobile they were driving, and the clothes they were wearing. The pair had been operating in the city for the past 3 weeks. In that time, they'd established a fairly definite method of operation. 2 days before they planned to work, they'd steal a car. Then, on the night that they started their operation, they'd pick one of the city's main arterials and start at one end of it. They'd hit 3 or 4 stores in the area in a period of half an hour. The stolen car would be parked on a side street and the couple would make good their escape. All of the routine efforts had been made to identify them. Due to the fact that a woman was involved in the operation, the State Adult Authority for Women had been contacted for the names of recent parolees. But when these had been checked out, we netted nothing. Because of the circumstances of the M.O., we felt that the first break in the case would come through the woman. The stats office had made several runs and the possibles had been checked out. Results, nothing. 5 minutes after we'd left the first victim, we got another call. The pair had hit again, further down on Alexandria Avenue. All right, let us through here, please. Let us through.
Please. You the cops?
Yes, sir, that's right.
I'm the fellow who was robbed. I'm him.
Slats, you want to see if you can try to clear the front of the place?
Right.
Okay. All right, sir, if you'd like to tell us what happened here.
Terrible. Most terrible thing that ever happened to me.
Yes, sir.
I got to have a little something to calm my nerves. Gotta.
Well, can I get you anything, sir?
Don't have to, son. I got all right here. Whole store full of it. Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a little brandy, that's what I need. Mother's sure going to think I took the little nip just to have it. Going to have to explain the whole thing to her. Imagine me being robbed.
Yes, sir. Now, if you tell us what happened here.
Yeah. Say, excuse me, you like a little of this?
No, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. These two came in here not more than 5 minutes ago. Man and woman. Came right in and asked for a bottle of whiskey.
Mm-hmm. Do you recall what brand?
Didn't ask for no special brand, just said they wanted Canada whiskey. Blend.
Mm-hmm. You'd be able to give us a description of them?
Well, the woman had red hair, and that's about the only thing I do remember about her, other than the way she talked.
How do you mean, sir?
Foul mouth. The way she swore at me, just something fierce.
What did she say?
Oh, just swear words, you know. I guess I didn't get the bottle fast enough for him. She told me to hurry up, only she didn't say it just like that.
Where was the man during this time?
Oh, he was over here at the cash register with a gun.
Was the woman there, too?
Oh, no, she stayed over by the door. Seemed to be the lookout or something. She didn't come much past there,
Mm-hmm.
right there by the potato chip rack. That's about as far as she come.
Mm-hmm. And you said they used guns. Did you get a look at them?
Oh, yeah, big ones. I guess they must have been that long, and the barrel must have been that big around.
Mm-hmm. What kind of a gun was it, would you know?
I don't think I know what you mean.
Or was it an automatic or a revolver?
And I'm sorry, officer, but I don't understand. All I know, it was the biggest gun I ever saw. Must have been that long, that big around.
Mm-hmm. Did it look like this one?
Oh, no. No, that's just a pea shooter compared to the one that fellow was waving around.
Mm-hmm. Did you see a car when they left?
Yes, I did. Right out in front it was. Parked in front of the sign. Hey, you see there where it says reserved for patrons?
Yes, sir.
Right there. That's where the car was. After the fellow told me to dump the cash into the paper bag with the bottle, the woman opened the door and both of them ran out and jumped into the car. Roared off down the street. But I got a good look at it. Real good.
Mm-hmm. Then you can give us a description of it?
You bet I can. Dark, 1953 Ford sedan. 4-door. Had one of them sun things on the front. You know, like a shade.
Yes, sir.
Used to have them on the buggies when I was a young man. Guess if you wait long enough, they get back to everything.
Yes, sir. How much money did they get away with, sir?
Oh, guess it must have been around $225. Round in there someplace. Give a couple, take a couple.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you'd know either one of these people if you ever saw them again?
No, 'em. You just bet I would. Even with those masks on, I'd be able to pick them right out of a crowd. You just stand them up in front of me and I'll point them out. I'll never forget that gun. Biggest gun I ever saw. Must have been that long, that big around. That one you got there is a real pea shooter.
Mm-hmm.
How's it look, Joe?
Well, it's the same couple. Description fits perfectly.
I checked around the people in the crowd, found one old guy who says he saw the pair come out of the store. Got a good description of the car.
I already gave him one. I can tell you anything you want to know.
Yes, sir, we appreciate that, but we do want to talk to everybody who knows anything about the holdup.
All right. You go ahead and talk to the other fella. You go right ahead. Yeah, but I got something he can't give you.
What's that, sir?
License number of the car they drove.
An immediate supplementary broadcast was gotten out to the cars in the area with special attention to the units covering Alexandria Avenue. The search for the pair of thieves went on, but as the hours passed and they failed to hit again, it became apparent that they had eluded us again. The next morning, the car was found abandoned on the east side of Los Angeles. It was a stolen vehicle, and after it had been checked with the crime lab for latent prints, we were no further toward apprehending the suspects. Conferences were held with the chief of detectives, Thad Brown, and it was decided to place an extensive stakeout on the liquor stores in the Hollywood area. From past performances, the pair seemed to work their operation in that general area more than the other parts of town. The stakeout was maintained for 3 days without results. On Tuesday night, July 29th, Sergeant Henry and I waited in the squad room for reports from the other officers out in the field. 1:15 a.m.
Oh, looks like another night shot.
Yeah, still no action. Stores will be closing in about 45 minutes now.
Yeah. You got a cigarette? I'm out.
Yeah. I think there's a couple left in here. Yeah, just 2. Here, go ahead.
I'll go down the hall and get a couple of packs later.
That's all right. Here.
Heard from Frank?
No, I talked to Fay night before last. She got a letter from him. Said he thought he'd be back about the end of the week.
See how it's going?
No, she just read me a couple parts of the letter. I guess it's all straightened out. Suspect's coming back on his own.
Extraditions can sure be a pain. I had to go back to New Orleans on one last year. Had a miserable time. Guy gave us a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I remember. I get it. Now, let's go. They just hit again.
In the stakeout area?
No, out in Highland Park. They're way out on this one.
What do you mean?
Well, the victim decided to give him a little trouble.
Yeah?
The male suspect broke off the bottom of a whiskey bottle and worked the victim over.
Mm-hmm.
Almost killed him.
listening to Dragnet, the authentic story of your police force in action. Chesterfield's for me. You hear it everywhere. A brand new survey of campus cigarette dealers at 274 leading colleges and universities shows Chesterfield the largest seller. Nobody knows it better than America's #1 band leader, Ray Anthony, who plays college dates coast to coast. Here is Ray with his attractive wife, Dee.
In cigarettes, the young crowd really goes for Chesterfields. I've noticed that wherever we've played. And I guess it's one of the reasons Chesterfield is America's most popular two-way cigarette. Of course, Dee and I are Chesterfield smokers, too. We know they're best for us.
Chesterfield's for me. You hear it everywhere. The Chesterfield you smoke today is the best cigarette ever made. And best for you.
At 1:13 a.m., the pair of thieves had entered a small all-night grocery store in the Highland Park area. They'd gone through the usual part of their M.O., asking for the bottle of Canadian whiskey and then the money. However, when they asked the victim to turn over the money to them, he had told them to get out of the store. The male member of the team had grabbed the bottle, hit it against the counter, breaking off the bottom, and then struck the victim several times about the head and shoulders. When we'd gotten the call, the man had been removed to Georgia Street Receiving Hospital, where he was in a critical condition. An immediate search of the area had failed to turn up anything that might lead us to the apprehension of the man and woman. A citywide broadcast was gotten out on the pair, and arrangements were made for their description to be broadcast on the police television program. Newspapers carried the stories and joined with us in asking for full cooperation from the public. For the next 3 days, we received several calls with information on the suspects, but when all of these were checked and sifted, we were right back where we started. The stakeouts were maintained on the liquor stores, but the suspects failed to hit again. On Monday, August 4th, we got a call from the county hospital telling us that the latest victim was in condition to be interviewed. Slats Henry and I drove over to see him. He was unable to tell us anything more than the dozen victims before him had told us. 3:15 p.m. We went back to the office.
Want to check the book?
Yeah, I'll get it. Yeah, there's a message here that a Reese McKay called. He left a number.
Say what he wanted?
No, he just wants us to call. This table, we gotta put something under this leg. It sure wobbles, doesn't it?
Been that way for years.
Yeah. I'd like to speak to Mr. Reese McKay, please. My name's Friday, Los Angeles Police Department. No, Police Department. Yes, surely. It's the attorney's office. Yes, sir? Mm-hmm. This is Sergeant Friday. Yes, sir. Certainly. When was this? Mm-hmm. All right, sir. No, we'll be right over. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Oh, might be something.
What'd he say?
Woman was in his office this afternoon.
Yeah?
Said something about being involved in a robbery. Sergeant Henry and I signed out of the office and drove over to the address the lawyer had given me on the phone. We waited in the reception room for a few minutes, and then his secretary ushered us into Mr. McKay's office.
Come in, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm Reese McKay.
Yes, sir. This is Sergeant Henry. My name's Friday.
Oh, yes, you're the gentleman I talked to on the phone.
That's right.
Well, sit down and I'll try and tell you what happened.
All right, thank you very much.
You've got to realize my problem in this thing.
Yes, sir. What's that?
Well, if this isn't anything worthwhile, I certainly don't want to have a client embarrassed. You can understand that.
Yes, sir.
I suppose I just tell you what happened, and we can go on from there.
All right, that'll be fine.
A couple of days ago, I got a call from a young woman who said she wanted me to handle a divorce for her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we set up an appointment for her this afternoon. She came in and we went over the problem. I don't want to go into the detail of the divorce action. I don't think that'll have any bearing on the rest of it.
All right, sir.
Well, to get to the short of it, we were going over the necessary information. The door burst open and this man came in.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know what it was all about. My secretary was right behind him, seeing that he just pushed his way right through the reception room.
Well, who was he, do you know?
Well, he said he was the woman's husband.
That true?
Well, apparently, I told my secretary to wait outside, then I asked him what he wanted. He didn't pay any attention to me at first, said it wasn't any of my concern, told me to keep my nose out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Then he and the woman had a big discussion. Seems that he didn't want her to divorce him, made all sorts of promises how things would be different if she came back to him.
Mm-hmm.
First, she seemed to go along with the idea. As you know, we like to effect a reconciliation wherever possible. So I told him to go ahead and talk it over.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I left them in the office and went out of the reception room, and for a while it seemed they were getting along all right. Then the shouting died down, and they seemed to have agreed. All of a sudden, it broke loose again. They started to scream at each other, and I went right back in the office, and just as I opened the door, I heard the man tell her that if she didn't come back, he'd cause her a lot of trouble. He said for her to remember that she was mixed up in the holdups, too, and these were the exact words. Don't forget, you're mixed up in those stick-ups as deep as me.
I see.
When they saw me, they both quieted down, and a couple of minutes later, they both left the office. The woman said she'd get in touch with me about the bill.
It's certainly something that should be looked into.
Yes, that's what I thought. That's the reason I called you.
Can you give us the name and address of the couple?
Yes, sir. I have it right here.
Thank you.
Pretty difficult to imagine that she'd be involved in anything like that. Pretty woman, beautiful hair.
Is that right?
Yes, flaming red.
We obtained the address the woman had given Reese McKay, and we checked her name through R&I. We found no criminal record on anyone answering her description. While Slats called Chief Brown and told him what had happened, I asked the record division to make a run on the husband. We found that he'd been arrested 3 years before for attempted armed robbery, but that he'd been released for lack of evidence. 5:40 p.m. Slats and I drove over to the woman's address. The name on the mailbox in the apartment lobby read Mr. and Mrs. George Winston. We rang the bell and we identified ourselves.
You want to come in?
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else here, ma'am?
You mean in the apartment?
Yes.
No, I'm alone.
Where's that door lead, ma'am?
Bedroom?
You mind if we take a look?
Maybe you better tell me what this is all about first, huh?
You better go ahead, Slats.
Yeah.
I suppose you're used to hearing that you've got a lot of nerve.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it's true. What's this all about? Isn't there some law that says you got to make a complaint or something?
Where's your husband?
That bum.
Where is he?
I don't know, and I don't care if I never see him again. Nothing but trouble did I ever get from him. Miserable man.
You haven't any idea where he is?
No. Don't think I'd tell you if I did until you let me know what this is all about.
What's your husband do for a living, ma'am?
You guys are so interested in him, why don't you ask him yourselves?
Place is clean, Joe.
I told you that going in. What's this all about? Now, come on, tell me or get out.
We understand you and your husband had an argument this morning. Two of you mentioned something about a robbery.
Oh, I understand it all now. Now it's all real plain. Look, what George said was a joke. That's all just a joke. He didn't mean anything by it.
The way we got the story sounded pretty straight.
You got it a little mixed up.
Well, maybe you better come downtown and tell us all about it, huh?
What for?
Well, we've got some people down there we'd like you to meet.
I got enough friends.
Well, then let's put it down that these people would like to meet you. Do you want to get your coat?
I think there's supposed to be something like a charge, isn't there?
Yes, ma'am. That's the way you want it.
I do.
All right, suspicion of robbery.
What makes you think you can make it stick?
Well, we wouldn't be taking you in if we didn't figure we had a case.
You'd save all of us a lot of trouble if you'd tell us where we can pick up your husband.
What's in it for me?
What do you got now?
Nothing.
Well, that's the best we can do.
What makes you think you can hold up this kind of a charge?
A dozen victims, for one thing. Slats, you want to check the closet and see if you can find the green coat and the red shoes and purse?
Yeah.
What happens if I've got a green coat?
Well, it makes us look pretty good, doesn't it?
A lot of girls got green coats.
Yeah, we're looking for one.
She's supposed to look like me?
Description we got matches exactly.
A lot of people in the world look like me. Same people who have green coats.
Got him, Joe. Found him up on the shelf in the closet. Take a look. They match what we heard.
Yeah, would you like to try this coat on, Miss Winston? Then we can get going.
Okay, but you guys are sure going to find out that you're wrong.
Is that right?
You just bet, and it's going to cost the city a lot of money because I'm really going to make a big thing out of this.
Well, if we're wrong, we'll admit it.
Then you admit you could be making a mistake.
No, we don't.
I read in the papers where there was an old guy beat up in a robbery. Same ones you're after me for?
Might be, yeah.
How's he doing, the old guy?
Well, we're not sure yet.
He's going to live, though, isn't he?
I told you, Miss Winston, we're not sure.
You got a cigarette?
Yes, ma'am, here.
Here.
I want you to tell me something. Tell me true.
What's that?
You really think you can put me in those stores?
Yes, we do.
I can't make a deal, huh? I'll tell you things and have it go any easier?
No, ma'am. All we can do is see that it's marked down that way.
Best I can get?
That's the best.
I'll take it.
What?
I'll tell you about it. Tell you the whole thing.
All right, go ahead.
Well, you got the right people, me and George. I knew when he hit that old man we'd had it. Knew it right away. That's why we quit. I was afraid. If the guy died, you'd be able to get us for murder. I didn't like the robbery part, but I didn't want any part of a killing. I never did like the setup. Never. I used to tell George I didn't like it. That didn't make any difference to him. He wanted to be the big man. He used to sit here after hitting the places. George would get the morning papers and sit here and laugh at the cops because he had them running after themselves.
You know where he is?
Yeah. He's in a hotel down on West 7th, using the name Evanston. I'll give you the address.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. Oh, George. He's going to be real surprised when you walk in on him. Real surprised. Sure wish I could see the expression on his face when he finds out what happened. Sure like to see it.
Well, that makes you even, doesn't it?
Huh?
You'll want to see yours.
The story you've just heard is true. The names were changed to protect the innocent.
On November 17th, trial was held in Department 98, Superior Court of the State of California, in and for the County of Los Angeles. In a moment, the results of that trial.
Now, here is our star, Jack Webb.
Thank you, George Fenneman. Friends, we've told you that Chesterfield is the best cigarette for you to smoke. Now, to me, Chesterfield's record with people who do smoke them regularly backs up that statement. Chesterfields are best because they're highest in quality, low in nicotine, because they smoke mild, and they're really satisfying. I wish you'd give them a try and see for yourself. America's most popular two-way cigarette. Regular or king-size Chesterfield. Best for me, best for you.
Geraldine Ruth Winston and George Roland Winston were tried and convicted of robbery in the first degree, 5 counts. They received sentence as prescribed by law. Robbery in the first degree is punishable by imprisonment for a period of not less than 5 years in the state penitentiary. You have just heard Dragnet, a series of authentic cases from official files. Technical advice comes from the Office of Chief of Police W.H. Parker, Los Angeles Police Department. Technical advisors, Captain Jack Donahoe, Sergeant Marty Wynn, Sergeant Vance Brasher. Heard tonight were Vic Perrin, Herb Ellis, Vic Rodman. Script by John Robinson. Music by Walter Schumann. Hal Gibney speaking.
Watch an entirely different Dragnet case history each week on your local NBC television station. Please check your newspapers for the day and time. Chesterfield has brought you Dragnet, transcribed from Los Angeles.
Filter tip smokers, this is it. L&M Filters, the one filter tip cigarette with plenty of good taste, much more flavor, much less nicotine, and effective filtration. Only the L&M filter contains the miracle product alpha cellulose, absolutely pure, non-mineral, harmless to health. Yes, this is it. As Barbara Stanwyck puts it, L&M filters are just what the doctor ordered. Buy L&M filters, the light and mild smoke.
And there you have it, 54 years ago, February 9th, 1954, Dragnet on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Coming up next, the FBI in Peace and War and the Upstairs Rumor.
What do the next 200 years hold for America? One thing is certain. Unless we're careful with fire in the forest, we'll be living in a world without newspapers or books or magazines. A world without lumber, without oak desks or walnut paneling, without beam ceilings or hardwood floors. It'll be a world you probably won't like. But it's a world you can prevent from ever happening simply by being careful with fire today.
A public service on behalf of your state foresters, the Forest Service, and the Ad Council.
Now we go back 68 years, February 9th, 1958, the FBI in Peace and War, and the Upstairs Rumor.
The FBI in Peace and War. The FBI in Peace and War. Another great story based on Frederick L. Collins' copyrighted book, The FBI in Peace and War. Drama, thrills, action. Tonight's story, The Upstairs Rumor.
Enid, open the window for Mr. Mitchell.
Yes, Pop. Don't bother about the window.
Now, we always try to make our boarders comfortable.
Well, I'm comfortable enough this way.
All right, let the window be, Enid.
All
right. Get the clean towels for Mr. Mitchell.
Yes, Pop.
I wouldn't know what to do without her. Enid's been a great help to me since her mother passed on. You figure on staying how long, Mr. Mitchell?
Why?
Well, just asking.
Look, I came here because Ernie Foreman recommended your place, Turner, and he said there'd be no questions asked.
Ernie didn't make a mistake there. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You can have your meals with me and my daughter downstairs, or she can bring them up here to you.
I'll have them up here.
Suit yourself. He told you the price?
Huh?
Ernie.
Oh, yeah, 100 a week.
Now, that's where Ernie did make a mistake. It's 150.
What?
And like Ernie said, no questions asked. And no questions answered, either, in case somebody should get nosy, like, say, the police.
Where do you come off jacking up the price?
Common business sense, Mr. Mitchell. The greater the risk, the higher the price.
What makes you think I'm any special kind of a risk?
I don't think anything, and I don't ask anything. All I know is you're looking for a nice, comfortable, safe spot to lay low. An extra 50 isn't going to break you, I don't think.
In early May of 1946, an armed bandit held up the Peoria, Illinois office of a loan and mortgage company and got away with $40,000. Under the provisions of the National Stolen Properties Act, the Bureau entered the case immediately. Agent Reynolds and I were assigned to the operation. And after interviewing the employees of the mortgage office, it was established that the thief was Frank Mitchell, alias Frank Morrison. Wanted circulars were distributed in a tri-state area. A man answering Mitchell's description was seen in Detroit 2 days following the robbery, and that was the last piece of concrete evidence we had to work on.
What'd he say, Enid? Will you put that magazine down? I asked you what he said.
Who?
Mitchell, when you took his dinner up to him.
Didn't say anything.
Enid, I'm talking to you.
You asked me what Frank Mitchell said, and I told you he didn't say anything.
Put that magazine down.
Am I hurting anybody?
Put it down.
Pete's sake.
What's the matter with you? Don't you ever get tired reading about New York and gawking at pictures of it?
No, I don't. As long as I'm not bothering you.
You're worse than a kid with comic books.
Well, don't you ever get tired of telling me that? Kid with a comic book lot, you know.
I know there's nothing special about New York.
Sure, you've been there. You didn't spend your whole life here in Oakdale. It's easy for you to talk.
There's nothing wrong with Oakdale. It's a good place to live in.
It's even a better place to die in. What I wouldn't give just to take a walk down Fifth Avenue.
Now, you don't have to give anything because you're not going.
Maybe I am one of these days.
Enid.
I don't care what you say. I'm going to see a few decent things before I'm too old to enjoy them. You think I'm going to spend the rest of my life cooped up here?
I think you're going to do just what I tell you.
I'm over 21 and too close to 31.
And you're old enough to know what I say is right.
Look, Pop, what would be so terrible if I went to New York just for a visit?
Enid, why don't you listen to me? I keep telling you it wouldn't be good for you.
You're afraid. That's your trouble. You're afraid once I got out of this one-horse town, I'd never come back.
Enid.
You can't win every argument just by yelling Enid.
Enid! Hey, look, instead of arguing, we should be thinking about our new roomer upstairs.
I'm going to bed. You think about him.
All right, I will. And I'll think about his $40,000, too.
What?
He's wanted for sticking up a loan company in Peoria.
He got away with $40,000?
Uh-huh.
Well.
You know what I've been thinking, Enid?
That now you can get a lot more than $150 a week out of him.
Yeah, something even bigger than that. I was just thinking, maybe it's about time we got out of the rooming house business and sort of took life real easy.
And traveled?
Traveled? What for?
Yeah, what for?
I was thinking we could settle down right here in Oakdale to a nice, quiet, peaceful life of our own. Once Frank Mitchell goes and leaves us his $40,000.
Back to the upstairs roomer in just a moment.
The old order changes from year to year, even for the military. Compare Army life during the Civil War with that of you men in uniform today. Mail has always been an important morale factor to any man in uniform, but during the Civil War it was a serious problem. Rail transportation for the South left much to be desired, and the delivery of mail was therefore slowed down considerably. The problem became so acute that letters from the soldiers to their families and vice versa were sent not only with men leaving on furlough or sick leave, but with any visiting dignitary or any other civilian who happened to be touring the camps. It often took weeks, even months, before the letters were received. One soldier leaving on a furlough would often act as mailman for several of his fellow soldiers whose homes were in the same general vicinity as his. As for the mailing of letters during the war, stamps cost as much as 50 cents. It was possible to send a letter postage collect, but quite often the soldier's family was hard-pressed and every penny counted. Writing letters was also a problem. For the most part, the men were forced to buy their writing materials from the sutler, the traveling PX of the Civil War, whose prices were necessarily high. For writing paper, the sutler charged $5 for 24 or 25 sheets and $3 for some envelopes. Since privates were making only $13 a month back then, they could hardly afford such extravagances. So men of the same family would all crowd their brief sentiments into one letter, and the men who had the same hometown would do the same. Today, however, jeeps, trucks, trains, and planes keep the mail moving to our troops overseas and from them to the folks back home. In just a few days, letters can reach their destination no matter where in the world it is. When it comes to ensuring the prompt delivery of your mail, you can be sure that the Adjutant General Corps is at your service.
And now, Act Two of tonight's story, The Upstairs Rumor.
After learning that Frank Mitchell had been seen last in Detroit, Agent Reynolds and I moved there to set up our base of operations and concentrate the search in that general area. In the meanwhile, in the city of Oakdale, less than 200 miles away, the wanted man had become the object of an entirely different sort of search.
So, Enid, while you got him downstairs here, I'll go through his room and look.
What makes you think I can get him out of his room?
For $40,000, you can do just about anything.
Another drink, Frank?
Thanks, but I think I'd better get back
You
upstairs.
don't like my company, hmm?
Sure I do, Enid.
Well, then what's your hurry?
Your old man.
Pop, what about him?
He keeps a pretty close eye on you.
Oh, don't worry about him. He's gone to bed and he sleeps like a log.
Yeah?
Took an earthquake to wake him up.
Okay.
So come on, join me.
You know something, Enid?
What?
This is turning out a lot better than I thought. I mean, staying here. I figured it was going to be pretty dull stuff.
I'm glad you came, Frank.
Are you?
I like talking to you. I don't get much of a chance to talk to anybody but Pop, and he doesn't understand.
Understand what?
Oh, how I feel about this place, this town. Guess you've been around, huh?
Yeah, I've been around.
New York?
Sure. Who hasn't been there?
I haven't.
What you have to do is get on a train or a plane and you're there.
All I ever do is read about it.
Well, reading it isn't the same as going.
I know.
I guess this isn't much of a town for a girl like you.
You're telling me.
Real sick of it, huh?
Oof, up to here.
You're not small town stuff. I spotted that the first time I saw you.
You did, Frank?
Mm-hmm. You're strictly big city.
Like New York?
Sure, that's where you belong.
Don't ever tell that to Pop.
Oh, I'm not telling him anything. Maybe I can arrange it.
What?
Well, I won't be staying here forever. In a couple of weeks, I'll be moving on. I wasn't figuring on going to New York, but if that's where you want to go, well, maybe I can arrange it.
We continued the search in the Detroit area, but no positive results were forthcoming. Then on the fourth day, a new lead developed. An attendant at a gasoline station located on a main highway a few miles outside of the city had made positive identification of the wanted man. Agent Reynolds and I interviewed the attendant at his place of work.
And when I saw his picture on the poster, I phoned the FBI right away.
You're sure it's the same man?
Oh, absolutely. He was that Frank Mitchell, all right.
And he was here when?
Friday, around 10 o'clock. I was on night duty last week, and things are kind of slow around 10 at night, so I had plenty of chance to take notice of him.
But Mitchell wasn't driving the car, you said?
No, like I said, there was another guy behind the wheel. Of course, it didn't mean anything to me then, but when I saw Mitchell's face on that poster of yours this afternoon, it hit me like a ton of bricks.
When they left, they headed south.
Yeah, well, seeing it's a divided highway, that's the only way they could go.
And the other man, the driver?
To tell you the truth, I didn't take any special notice of him.
Then you can't give us a very good description of him.
Huh?
The driver.
Oh, no. But it may be his real name.
What may be his real name?
The one on this credit voucher.
Ernest Foreman.
Yeah, he had a credit book, paid for the gas with it, signed his name to the slip. Well, you know how it works.
Yes, we know.
His address is printed on the slip, too. You can see.
Uh-huh. Get it down, will you, Dave?
Yeah. Lucky we still have that voucher around. By tomorrow, it would have been on its way to the petroleum company.
Ernest Foreman.
Like I said, it might be his real name and address, and then again, it might not.
The name Ernest Foreman checked out all around, including with the local police authorities. Though never actually convicted, Foreman had been arrested on several occasions. His landlady told us that Foreman was out of town on business and was expected back the next day. Agent Reynolds and I waited for his return.
I covered every inch of his room. There wasn't a dollar of that hold-up money in it.
Look, Pop, why don't you forget about it?
Forget about it? A chance like this comes along, ready-made, and you want me to forget about it?
All right, so don't forget about it.
You bet I won't. And since when are you so ready to give up?
Well, something doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out.
Well, this is gonna work out. That money can't be too far away. He's got to have it someplace where he can get his hands on it quick.
If you want to know so bad, why don't you go upstairs and ask him?
I'm not. But you are, tonight.
What?
You're gonna act like you're trying to help him out. He likes you. He'll believe you. And when you get through, he's gonna tell you everything I want to know.
All right, suppose he does. You think he's just going to stand by and let us get away with it?
He'll have nothing to say about it.
You said he's wanted by the FBI.
So?
So he'd rather go straight to them than let you get away with it.
He's not getting a chance to go to the FBI or anybody. Once we get our hands on that money, he's finished. The FBI wants him? All right, they'll find him. In a ditch someplace, dead.
Back to the upstairs rumor in just a moment.
How would you like to make $1,000? The first thing you say to yourself is, what do I have to do? Answer, plan to go to jail. Making money has become an attractive, although highly illegal profession, and too often counterfeiters try to print their own profits. They always think they can get away with it. But you see, there's an outfit, part of the Treasury Department, called the U.S. Secret Service, that has a main job, the tracking down of counterfeiters and seeing that they're put out of circulation along with their phony money and lead nickels. The Secret Service also makes sure that the president and his family get around safely. They are his special bodyguard. In election years, the Secret Service provides a special bodyguard for the president-elect, too. But the big job is seeing that we don't take or make any wooden nickels.
And now, Act 3 of tonight's story, The Upstairs Rumor.
As expected, Ernest Foreman returned to his Detroit address the following afternoon. As he slipped the key into his apartment door, Agent Reynolds and I were on hand to greet him.
Ernest Foreman?
Yeah. What is...
FBI.
FBI? Well, what's it about?
Suppose we talk about it inside.
Who did you say, gentlemen?
Frank Mitchell.
Frank Mitchell.
Of course, Foreman, you never heard of him.
You took the words right out of my mouth, so help me.
Nothing's going to help you, Foreman, but the truth.
Now, would I fool around with the FBI? I tell you, I'm giving it to you straight.
You never met Mitchell.
So help me.
And what was he doing with you in your car last Friday night?
Where did you get a story like that from?
The attendant who filled your gas tank at the Apex station on Highway 11.
Well, whoever he is, he's crazy.
There's a credit voucher signed by you to prove he isn't crazy at all.
Huh?
Well,
come to think of it, I was out on Highway 11 last Friday. Yes, oh, now I remember. There was this hitchhiker, you see?
No, Foreman, we don't see.
You don't?
Uh-uh.
It's going to be bad for me, huh?
It could be even worse if you're not cooperative.
Then I guess I got nothing to lose by talking.
told us about his involvement with Frank Mitchell.
So help me, I had nothing to do with that stick-up. I didn't even know about it until the day before yesterday.
Eventually, he told us where we could find the wanted man.
Frank told me he was looking for a spot to lay low for a while. I was short of dough, so I made a deal with him. Drove him down to Pop Turnley's place in Oakdale.
Frank, I'm telling you this about Pop because you've been so nice to me, and I wouldn't want it to happen to you.
Wouldn't want what to happen?
He's going to kill you.
What?
He's gone out for a while. Now's your chance to get away.
Now, wait a
Frank,
minute.
will you do as I tell you and get out of here?
You're going to tell me what this is all about.
Please, get out of here.
Ain't it?
All right. He knows you got the money from that holdup in Peoria. I found out he wasn't asleep last night when you and I were downstairs. He was in here looking for the money.
Well, he didn't find it.
Yes, I know. But he'll make you tell him where it is, and then he'll get rid of you. So will you leave, please?
All right. But you're coming with me.
What?
You said you wanted to get to New York. Here's your chance, and it may be your last. Just get a coat on. We'll stop at the railroad station and pick up the money.
Railroad station?
I checked the suitcase there. The money's in it.
And you've got the claim check?
Sure, right here in my wallet. Why?
I'm why. Get your hands up, Mitchell. I'd just soon squeeze the trigger now as later. So get 'em up.
In it.
Blood's thicker than water, or haven't you heard?
You set this all up, huh?
I set it up, but she sure carried out her part all right, didn't she?
Let's get this over with, Pop.
All right, Enid. His wallet. Get it.
Here's the claim check.
Now, you be a good girl and go down to the station, get that suitcase, then call me here and let me know just what's in it. And like I keep telling you, you can't always trust people. Hello?
It's Enid, Pop.
You get the suitcase?
Uh-huh. I just looked inside.
And?
Money's in it, all right.
That's my girl. Now, you get back here, and then we're going to take Mr. Mitchell for a nice drive in the country.
Okay, Pop.
Yes, miss?
How soon is the next train to New York?
Let's see, 20 minutes.
I want a ticket on it, please.
Yes, miss, to New York. Round trip?
No, one way only. I'm not coming back.
What's so funny? What you got to grin about?
You? The way you're sitting there on pins and needles waiting for your daughter to show up with the suitcase?
She'll be here, and then you'll be on your way.
It's been over 40 minutes since she called.
Who's asking you? Shut up.
How long can it take to get here from the station? 15 minutes at the outside?
I told you to shut up.
You know what I think, Turnley? I think Enid isn't going to show up at all.
She will. My girl will show up. Maybe she had a little trouble with the car.
She lied to me about everything but wanting to clear out of here, get away from you.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You know I do. She wanted to get out of this town. She saw a chance and she...
Shut up, I told you! Shut up!
All right. But there's no use of you looking over there at the clock. She's not coming back.
Mitchell, I'm telling you! She's not coming back, huh? There she is now. You don't know my girl. Go on, open the door. Go ahead.
Stay right where you are, Mitchell. Put your hands up.
Who are you?
FBI.
FBI?
You're Pop Turnley?
Huh?
Yeah, he's Turnley, all right, and he's got a gun. Too bad you didn't get a chance to use it. Up.
Enid Turnley and the suitcase of money got only as far as Buffalo, where they were both taken into custody by agents of the Bureau. The Turnleys later were tried and convicted of knowingly harboring a criminal. When brought to trial, Frank Mitchell willingly entered a plea of guilty and asked the court for clemency. Because of his record of previous crimes, none was given him, and he is now serving a maximum sentence in a prison where only the guards show a casual interest in the upstairs rumor.
The old order changes from year to year, even for the military. Compare Army life during the Civil War with that of you men in uniform today. During the Civil War, nurses were at a minimum. At first, the wounded were tended by male nurses who did nothing much more than apply bandages. Then Dorothea Dix, philanthropist and reformer from Maine, learned of medical conditions on the battlefield and offered her services to the government. She was made superintendent of all volunteer nurses who were sent not only to hospitals behind the lines, but close to the front. Clara Barton followed in Dorothea Dix's footsteps. She gave up a successful position with the Patent Office in Washington to devote the rest of her life to the aid and comfort of the wounded. Later, she established the American Red Cross while recuperating in Switzerland from a breakdown. No, there weren't many nurses during the Civil War. But today, the picture is different. During World War II, the Army Nurse Corps hit its personnel peak with more than 57,000 members, more than half of whom served overseas. During the Korean conflict, the first American women to reach the combat zone were the Army nurses. Here indeed was a noble reminder that when it comes to your getting proper medical aid, whether in the field or in a military hospital, the Medical Corps is at your service.
The producers of the FBI in Peace and War acknowledge with thanks the Citation of Merit awarded to the program by the 100,000 members of the National Exchange Club during their 11th annual sponsorship of National Crime Prevention Week. All names and characters used on the program are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. This program is based upon Frederick L. Collins' copyrighted book, The FBI in Peace and War, and the broadcast does not imply endorsement, authorization, or approval by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. This is Gaylord Avery, inviting you to listen to next week's story, Letters to the Editor, on the FBI in Peace and War. Same time, same station.
The FBI in Peace and War has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
We want to thank our friend Jerry Henshey for restoring that Armed Forces recording of the FBI in Peace and War 68 years ago, February 9th, 1958, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now, tomorrow on our Tuesday program, My Favorite Husband, starring Lucille Ball and Mrs. Cooper's Boyfriend from 1950. The Aldrich Family from 1949, Henry dealing with geometry homework. Bud Abbott and Lou Costello with another Sam Shovel mystery. And Lionel Barrymore and Agnes Moorehead and the Mayor of the Town. Coming up on Wednesday's show, we'll go to the movies with episodes of the Lux Radio Theater and their adaptation of Now Voyager, with starring Betty Davis and Gregory Peck. The Old Gold Comedy Theater restores A Girl, a Guy, and a Gob, adapts it, I should say, starring George Murphy and Lucille Ball. And an episode of Suspense from 1962, The Man Who Went Back to Save Lincoln. Thursday's show, Crime with Philip Marlowe starring Gerald Moore, Boston Blackie starring Dick Calmer, Casey Crime Photographer starring Stotts Cotsworth, and Inner Sanctum Mysteries. On Friday, it'll be Dangerous Assignment starring Brian Donlevy, Sherlock Holmes starring Sir John Gielgud and Sir Ralph Richardson, and Dark Fantasy out of Oklahoma City, W is for Werewolf, and Quiet Please from 1949 in the Valentine. On Saturday, we will have our regulars, Westerns, Gunsmoke, Have Gun Will Travel, A Six-Shooter, and this week they'll be joined by an episode of Red Rider. Now, on Sunday, we will have more comedy with George Burns and Gracie Allen, Groucho Marx with You Bet Your Life, and the Lux Radio Theater adaptation of Brewster's Millions from 1937. Monday, we will have more crime. We'll have a 1954 episode of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, starring John Lund, pre-Bob Bailey. Also, a 1954 episode of Dragnet, The Big Sucker. The Adventures of Nero Wolfe, starring Sidney Greenstreet from 1951. And another FBI in Peace and War, Strictly Business. That's coming up the week ahead here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Up next, Bennett Kilpack in Mr. Keen, Tracer of Lost Persons.
Whenever you drive the car, there is always an unseen, unwelcome passenger with you. That passenger is danger. The danger of a traffic accident. Unfortunately, every person seems to have the absurd notion that he bears a charmed life, that no traffic accident can happen to him. But it can, and too often it does. So when you're behind that wheel, don't take chances. Obey all traffic rules. Drive safely for life, your life, and the lives of us.
Okay, we continue now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox with an episode of Mr. Keen, Tracer of Lost Persons, starring Bennett Kilpack. This goes back 76 years, February 9th, 1950, the case of murder and the jewel thief.
It's time now for Mr. Keen, Tracer of Lost Persons. Ladies and gentlemen, Anison and Colinos present Mr. Keen, Tracer of Lost Persons, one of the most famous characters of American fiction and one of radio's most thrilling dramas. Tonight and every Thursday at the same time, the famous old investigator takes from his file and brings to us one of his most celebrated missing persons cases. Tonight's case is entitled The Case of Murder and the Jewel Thief. Physicians and dentists have had much to do with spreading the fame of Anison. Many have been giving their patients Anison tablets in envelopes for years. These people know how incredibly fast Anison acts to relieve the pains of headaches, neuritis, or neuralgia. Why not take this tip when you're suffering from headache, neuritis, or neuralgia pain? Take Anison, the modern way to relieve pain. Anison acts promptly. Anison is like a doctor's prescription. That is, it contains not just one, but a combination of medically proven, active ingredients in easy-to-take tablet form. Next time you suffer pain from a headache, neuritis, or neuralgia, don't wait for relief. Try Anison. You'll be delighted with its incredibly fast, effective action. For most effective relief, use only as directed. Ask for Anison, spelled A-N-A-C-I-N, at your drug counter today. Now for Mr. Keen and the case of murder and the jewel thief. Our scene opens in the office which Mr. Keen, the great investigator, shares with his friend and partner, Mike Clancy. The telephone is ringing, and as Mike reaches for the receiver, he is unaware that he's about to raise the curtain on a startling drama.
Mr. Keen's office.
Is this Mr. Keen?
No, this is his partner, Mike Clancy, speaking.
May I talk to Mr. Keen? It's very important.
Well, who's calling, please?
Tell him it's Mr. Karl Rollins.
Well, just a second. Mr. Keen?
Yes, Mike?
There's a fellow named Karl Rollins who wants a word with you. He says it's important.
Karl Rollins? All right, Mike, I'll take it. Hello?
Mr. Keen?
Yes?
This is Karl Rollins. I've got to see you right away.
In regard to what, Mr. Rollins?
Well, I can't talk about it now over the phone, but if it means anything to you, I'm also known as Kansas Karl.
Kansas Karl?
Saints preserve us, Mr. Keen. But isn't Kansas Karl the jewel thief the cops have been after for months?
Just a moment, Mike. Hello, Mr. Rollins.
Yes, Mr. Keen.
Where are you calling from?
My room's on 10th Street, number 892, apartment 4D.
All right. You'll wait there for me?
Yes, What?
Mr. Rollins. Hello. Hello.
What happened, boss?
Sure, I heard revolver shots, Mike. We've got to get over to Rollins' apartment right away.
This must be the flat, Mr. Keen. There's the name over the doorbell. Rollins.
I don't think there's any point in ringing, Mike. If the door isn't open, we'll have to break it down.
It's open, boss.
Well, let's go in and keep your gun handy, Mike.
Right, boss. The room is empty, Mr. Keen.
So it seems, Mike.
You want me to go down and see if I can find the landlady or the superintendent?
Just a minute, Mike. You smell anything?
Sure. I smell powder.
A gun was discharged in this room a little while ago. There's no doubt. But those were pistol shots I heard over the telephone.
Yeah, but nothing's disturbed, boss. The place seems empty.
Mike, look at the floor.
What? There's blood running along the crack in the wood there.
It's coming from under that couch. Quickly, Mike. Pull the couch away from the wall.
Oh, saints preserve us. There he is. It must be Karl Rollins.
With 2 bullets in his head. He's dead, Mike.
I'll see if I can find an identification on him. Hey, he's got a wallet in his pocket, Mr. Keene, and a little notebook with some addresses in it.
Well, let me have the wallet, Mike. It identifies him as Karl Rollins, the man who phoned our office. He was shot down before he could say why he got in touch with me.
Well, it beats me, Mr. Keene. This fellow was wanted in half the states in the country for jewel robberies.
Yes, Kansas Karl was known as the society jewel thief. Well educated, with impeccable manners, he'd impress rich people and then rob them.
But why should he get in touch with you, Mr. Keene? Sure, he'd have known you'd turn him into the police at the drop of a hat.
Exactly. Maybe that's just why.
There's someone at the door, boss.
Before you answered, Mike, pull that couch back and hide the body once more. I'll put a chair over the bloodstain on the floor.
Okay, sir. There.
All right, Mike. Now you can open the door.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I must have the wrong apartment.
Just a moment, madam. Whom did you want to see?
Oh, Mr. Rollins.
You have the right place. Please come in. Let me introduce myself. My name is Keene, and this is my partner, Mr. Clancy.
Mr. Keene, the famous investigator?
And who are you, may I ask?
Mrs. Andrea Mitchell. I'm a good friend of Mr. Rollins. But why are you here? Has something happened to Karl?
I'll explain in just a moment. First, I'd like you to tell me, how long have you known Karl Rollins?
We met 6 months ago. As a matter of fact, we're engaged to be married. I'm a widow, Mr. Keene.
And what business was Mr. Rollins in, Mrs. Mitchell?
He's a jewel importer.
Oh, I'll say he was.
I beg your pardon?
All right, Mike, we shouldn't wait any longer. You better notify the police.
The police? Mr. Keene, what's happened to Karl? Please tell me.
Karl Rollins has been murdered, Mrs. Mitchell.
Murdered? Oh no. No, he could. Oh.
She's fainted, Mr. Keene.
I'll take care of her, Mike. You call the police and report the murder of Karl Rollins, alias Kansas Karl. Are you feeling stronger, Mrs. Mitchell?
Mr. Keene, you said that Karl...
We found his body in his apartment here just a few minutes before you came in.
Well, Lieutenant Hale of the homicide squad said he'll be down right away, boss.
All right, Mike.
Where is Karl's body, Mr. Keene?
Perhaps you better not see him, Mrs. Mitchell. Remain where you are in that chair until you feel better.
Who killed him? Karl had no enemies. His life was above reproach.
Mr. Keene, either the lady never knew what was going on, or she's a pretty good actress.
Never knew what? Mr. Keene, what does Mr. Clancy mean?
Karl Rollins was a well-known jewel thief, Mrs. Mitchell. The police have been after him for months.
Oh, no. No, I don't believe it.
It happens to be true.
But Karl loved me. He was a respectable man, Mr. Keene. He couldn't...
His respectability was just a pose, Mrs. Mitchell. However, I have a feeling perhaps his life had changed sometime before he died. But I'm afraid you'll have to answer a great many questions for the authorities.
You don't think they'd connect me with it?
Karl Rollins' past? Perhaps they might. However, if you confide in me, Mrs. Mitchell, I may be able to help you.
There's so little I can tell you, Mr. Keene. I met Karl at a dinner dance 6 months ago, given by Mrs. Arthur Van Burton.
The wife of the banker?
Yes. I'm fairly well known in the city, Mr. Keene. My late husband was Elliot Mitchell, the art dealer. When I met Karl Rollins, he was introduced as a jewel importer. I had no idea...
He was actually a world-famous jewel thief. He was very clever about hiding his real identity.
We saw a great deal of each other for several months. And then Karl proposed to me. I accepted. And I told my daughter we were getting married in a month.
I see.
Jean, my daughter is only 17, Mr. Keene. She's at a finishing school in Vermont. I don't know what will happen when all this notoriety comes out. I'm not worried about myself. I'm only thinking of Jean.
I understand, Mrs. Mitchell.
Mr. Keene, if you could help me, I'd be very grateful. I swear I knew nothing about Karl's past.
Well, tell me, Mrs. Mitchell, did your husband leave you a great deal of money when he passed away?
Oh, no, he didn't. He left debts. Debts I had to pay off with most of his insurance.
Did Karl Rollins know about that?
Yes, I told him.
And he still wanted to go through with the wedding?
Oh, yes, Mr. Keene. To tell you the truth, I had to borrow money from him in order to send my daughter back to school.
Kansas Karl giving money away? Sure, that takes the cake, Mr. Keene.
Mike, I have a hunch that something happened to Karl Rollins' character recently. I believe he changed from being a ruthless thief to a decent citizen. That may have been the reason he got in touch with me before he was murdered.
Mr. Keene, I swear to you that there was nothing but good in Karl when he died. You've got to believe that. Because if you don't, I know you won't believe my story. And I need your help desperately for my daughter Jean's sake as well as my own.
There's just one thing more I want to ask you, Mrs. Mitchell. Did you ever meet any of Karl Rollins' friends or acquaintances?
No, Mr. Keene. But there was one woman he spoke of. A woman named Grace Bentley. She was older than Karl, I believe. And when he spoke of her, he almost sounded as if he were talking of his mother, who has been dead for many years.
What did he tell you about her, Mrs. Mitchell?
Well, just that she was a good friend and he trusted her.
Do you know where Grace Bentley can be found?
I believe she's a seamstress, Mr. Keene, and lives alone. Oh, I think Karl had her address in a small notebook he always carried with him.
Well, that must be the book we found in his pocket, boss.
Well, let me see it, Mike. Yes, Grace Bentley's name is in this book, along with her address. Well, Mrs. Mitchell, the police will be here any moment now.
Oh, what shall I tell them, Mr. Keene?
Just what you told me.
But if my name is connected with this murder, my daughter Jean will know. Her friends at school will hear of it, and she'll be ostracized.
I don't think that'll happen. I'm going to ask the police to keep this case out of the newspapers as long as possible. It may make it easier for us to solve.
What about the addresses in that notebook, boss?
The police will want to check every one of them, I'm sure, Mike. But we can help them by seeing Grace Bentley ourselves. Perhaps she can shed a little light on one of the most puzzling cases we've had in months.
The number on Miss Bentley's letterbox outside was 12, Mr. Keene.
This apartment is number 12, Mike.
Remember, one peep out of you'll get a bullet through your head.
Boss, did you hear that?
Yes, Mike. Listen.
Now, just sit there until I'm through.
Try the door, Mike. Softly.
It's locked, Mr. Keene.
Get your gun out. Can you smash the lock with one shot, Mike?
I think so, boss.
Right after you shoot, I'll push the door in. Someone's being held up at the point of a gun inside that room. We've got to take him by surprise. You ready, Mike?
Ready, boss. Mr. Keene, there's a woman tied up in that chair there.
In the bedroom. He's in the bedroom.
Well, after him, Mike. Are you Grace Bentley, madam?
Oh, yes, please. This wire is cutting my wrist.
Well, I'll have it off in a moment.
Oh, thank heaven you've come. Who are you, sir?
My name is Keene, Miss Bentley.
Why, the famous investigator. Oh, you don't know how glad I am to see you.
He got away, Mr. Keene. The bedroom window was open, and there's a fire escape leading down to the street.
Do you know him, Miss Bentley?
Yes. His name is George Darcy. He came to my apartment a few minutes ago with a gun in his hand and tied me to this chair.
Do you know why?
I think it had something to do with a man I know. Karl Rollins.
Miss Bentley, Karl Rollins is dead.
Dead? Oh, no. Oh, then it's happened. All his hopes, his attempts to lead a new life came to nothing. I knew Karl very well, Mr. Keene.
Did you know that he was really Kansas Karl, a famous jewel thief wanted by the police?
Yes. And I might say that I was the cause of his turning over a new leaf and going straight.
Suppose you tell me the entire story, Miss Bentley. But before you start, I want to send out a police alarm for this man, George Darcy. Have you any idea where he lives?
No, Mr. Keene, I haven't.
What does he look like?
He's tall and dark, about 30 years of age. He doesn't look like a gunman at all.
Telephone that description into the police, Mike.
Right, boss.
Meanwhile, Miss Bentley can tell me what she knows about Karl Rollins. You know, the more this murder case progresses, the more convinced I am that the final picture may be an amazing one.
In just a moment, we'll return to Mr. Keene and the case of murder and the jewel thief. Meanwhile, it's the big medical news wherever you go. It's Krypton, Kriptin. The antihistamine wonder drug that, taken at the start, can kill a cold. Kill it not in days, but in hours. In tests at the United States Naval Hospital, Great Lakes, Illinois, Krypton proved remarkably effective, was preferred by patients over all other formulas tested. For spectacular results, take Krypton at the first sign of a cold. Today at your druggist, get Krypton. Handy pocket size, only 29 cents for 10 tablets. Bottle of 50 tablets, only 98 cents. Less than 2 cents a tablet. Now back to Mr. Keene and the case of murder and the jewel thief. Mr. Keene, the famous investigator, and his partner Mike Clancy are investigating the murder of Karl Rollins, alias Kansas Karl, a famous jewel thief who preyed mostly on those in the social register. During the investigation, Mr. Keene and Mike rescued a woman named Grace Bentley, a friend of Karl Rollins, who was being held up by a gunman in her modest apartment. The gunman, George Darcy, escaped. But the story Grace Bentley has to tell appears to Mr. Keene to be very important in regard to solving the murder. And as Mr. Keene listens closely...
I first met Karl Rollins about a year ago, Mr. Keene. I was taking in washing then and did sewing on the side. That's the way I've been supporting myself.
Did you do some work for Rollins, Miss Bentley?
Yes. And he was a charming man. Oh, much younger than I, of course. And I felt more like a mother to him than anything else.
You didn't know then that he was actually Kansas Karl, the notorious society jewel thief?
No, sir. I found that out a few months later. But after I'd gotten to know him well, I realized that there was something fine and decent in Karl that may have been twisted when he was young. So I decided to try to do something about it.
What did you do, Miss Bentley?
I reformed him. I gave him something more important to live for than money and jewels. In the last few months, Mr. Keene, Karl Rollins had changed completely. He was a different man, even a religious man. Oh, I was very proud.
What about George Darcy? What did he have to do with Rollins?
Darcy was one of Karl's old cronies. They'd often worked together in jewel robberies. When Darcy came here and held me up, maybe he wanted to get even. You see, I was the one who made Karl break off his partnership in crime with Darcy.
I just called the police, Mr. Keene, and gave them a description of Darcy. Tall, dark, and around 30.
That was the description you gave my partner, Mike Clancy, wasn't it, Miss Bentley?
Yes, Mr. Keene.
Tell me, Miss Bentley, do you think George Darcy may have been involved in Karl Rollins' murder?
I don't know.
Have you ever met Karl's fiancée, Andrea Mitchell?
No, but Karl told me about her. I understand that she's a wonderful woman. And I was glad when he said he was going to marry her. I was glad that there'd be someone else who'd keep him on the right path.
You must have been very fond of Karl Rollins to worry about him that way.
He reminded me of my brother, John. He took up a life of crime and died while trying to resist the police. I thought I'd be doing John's memory a service by helping Karl.
I see. Is there anything else you can add that might help us in any way, Miss Bentley?
No, Mr. Keene. In spite of his past, Karl had turned out to be a very fine man. When he called you, I think he was giving himself up.
That's what I imagined myself.
Maybe he thought you'd be able to help him by acting as a go-between with the police.
Well, Mike, I guess Miss Bentley has told us everything. I'm going down to police headquarters now to see if I can identify George Darcy in the Rogues Gallery.
You want me to go with you, boss?
No, Mike. Darcy's still on the loose, and he's dangerous. I was thinking of Andrea Mitchell, Karl Rollins' fiancée. Darcy might try to strike at her in some way. Suppose you go over to her home, Mike, and I'll join you there in an hour or two.
Okay, Mr. Keene.
George, Darcy undoubtedly holds the key to Karl Rollins' murder. When we finally get our hands on him, he'll have a great deal to answer for.
Will you have another cup of coffee, Mr. Clancy?
No, thanks, Mrs. Mitchell. Do you mind if I smoke, ma'am?
Please do. I'm very grateful to Mr. Keene for sending you over to my home. Even though I never met this man, George Darcy, he worries me after what you've told me about him.
Well, Mr. Keene himself will be here any minute now. Sure, and is that a picture of your daughter, ma'am?
Yes, that's Jean. She's 17. That picture was taken just before her father died.
Aye, she's a fine-looking girl.
Oh, someone's at the door. It must be Mr. Keene.
Just a second, Mrs. Mitchell. Mr. Keene wouldn't try to come in without ringing first, unless it was an emergency.
There's the doorbell now.
Well, I'll go out, get out of sight behind them drapes there, just to be on the safe side.
Oh, Mr. Clancy, you think it may be...
Just answer the door, Mrs. Mitchell, like you were here alone. Let me do the rest.
One scream and I'll shoot, lady. Get inside. Okay. Where is it?
Where's what?
The loot. And don't fool with me. I want it all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You and Kansas Karl were going to be married. He must have told you what he did with the stuff. Who did he give it to? Where is it?
Stand still, mister. Don't raise that gun or I'll pull this trigger. Drop it. Drop your artillery on the floor. Now just put your hands behind your back. I'll slip a nice pair of shiny handcuffs on them. There, I guess that'll hold you for a while, mister. That's probably the boss right now, Mrs. Mitchell. Will you let him in, ma'am?
Oh, yes, Mr. Clancy. Mr. Keene.
Mrs. Mitchell, I see you have a visitor.
Mr. Keene, this man just came in and held me up. If your partner, Mr. Clancy, hadn't been here...
I had to put the handcuffs on him, boss.
I saw this man going to the house ahead of me, Mike, with his gun drawn. I thought I'd cover him from behind, knowing you were here to protect Mrs. Mitchell. What's your name?
Darcy.
Sure, and this is George Darcy, the fellow we've been looking for, Mr. Keene.
So it appears, Mike. What are you doing here, Darcy?
Ask her.
What? I don't know what he means.
No? Take a look at that pin she's wearing, Keene.
What about it?
It was stolen 8 months ago, along with $100,000 worth of jewels.
I never knew this pin was stolen. It isn't very valuable.
Maybe not. But the rest of that stuff was worth a fortune. And you know where it is.
This pin was given to me by Karl Rollins. I never dreamed it was stolen.
I'm afraid it could make you an accessory, Mrs. Mitchell. However, by accusing you, George Darcy has opened himself to suspicion of murder.
What?
Darcy, you thought Mrs. Mitchell was hoarding some of your ex-partner Karl Rollins' stolen loot. But you wouldn't have dared to come here to get it if you weren't sure Rollins was dead.
Well,
I want the truth, Darcy. Remember, your own life hangs in the balance, too.
I didn't kill Karl. I knew he was dead because I found his body in his room.
You were in his apartment today.
Karl was going to turn himself into the police. He was giving up $500,000 worth of jewelry. Part of that haul was mine, and I wanted to get hold of it.
You came here thinking Mrs. Mitchell knew where those stolen jewels were.
She was going to marry Karl, wasn't she?
Were you the man who also held up Grace Bentley a few hours ago and tied her to a chair?
She told you it was me?
Yes, she said you were angry at her because she broke up your criminal partnership with Karl Rollins.
I'm not sore at anyone, Keene. It was strictly a business proposition. I wanted my split of those jewels before Karl turned them in to the police.
All right, Mike. We'll take this man, Darcy, down to headquarters.
You're arresting me for murder?
No, Darcy. I'm turning you in for attempted robbery. But I'm fairly certain I'll also turn in Karl Rollins' murderer within an hour. The lock on that door is still broken, Mike. Open it without knocking.
Okay, Mr. Keene, sir. Wait, the place is pitch dark, boss.
There's a Light under that door over there. Open the door. It's probably the bedroom.
Mr. Keene, why, what are you doing here?
Are you going somewhere, Miss Bentley? I see you're packing a bag.
I was going to Philadelphia to see my sister.
Your sister? Is she as much a figment of your clever imagination as your brother was?
What do you mean?
Mike, take a look in that suitcase.
Okay, boss.
Keep away from my things.
One side, lady.
So you reformed Karl Rollins, Miss Bentley. You also murdered him.
Well, you can't prove that.
Oh, no? Just take a look at this, Mr. Keene. There's a false bottom in this suitcase.
Why, you...
Saints preserve us. There must be a fortune in jewelry here.
Yes, Mike. Bracelets, rings, and necklaces that Karl Rollins had stolen over the years, which he was going to return to the police when Grace Bentley shot him down. Her reforming Rollins was only a device, an excuse to gain his confidence so she could get hold of those stolen gems herself.
I've got to hand it to you, Keene. I never thought you suspected me.
Would you like to know how you gave yourself away, Grace Bentley?
Yes. How?
You described George Darcy as being tall, dark, and about 30 years of age. He happens to be short, bald, and at least 40. You gave a false description because you didn't want me to catch him. You were afraid he'd confess that he suspected you of having Karl Rollins stolen jewels.
All right. It's your deal, Keene. But I'll make you a proposition. I can get rid of that jewelry and collect $500,000 in cash for it. I'll split with you 50-50 if you let me go free.
That's quite a proposition. You must have some very good connections in the underworld.
I ought to. I spent plenty of time up the river.
And you're actually a professional jewel thief with a record, as I suspect.
Look, Keene, you're making a deal, or aren't you?
I'm not, but you are, with the district attorney.
I'll kill you.
You're not so fast.
Go. Let me go before
I think she's as strong as a man, boss. If she wants to do a little wrestling, she can wrestle with these handcuffs.
The handcuffs will hold her, Mike, until we replace them with iron bars. Miss Bentley did a good job of reforming Karl Rollins. But I think his love for Andrea Mitchell had more to do with his decision to turn over a new leaf. But as far as I can see, there's only one reform for you, Grace Bentley, and that's the death sentence.
And so Mr. Keene finds the solution to the case of murder and the jewel thief. The next time you're suffering from the pains of headache, neuritis, or neuralgia, try Anacin. You'll bless the day you heard of this incredibly fast way to relieve these pains. Now, the reason Anacin is so wonderfully fast-acting and effective is this. Anacin is like a doctor's prescription. That is, Anacin contains not just one, but a combination of medically proven, active ingredients in easy-to-take tablet form. Thousands of people have received envelopes containing Anacin tablets from their own dentist or physician, and in this way have discovered the incredibly fast relief Anacin brings from pain of headache, neuritis, or neuralgia. So next time such pains strike, take Anacin. For most effective relief, use only as directed. Your druggist has Anacin in handy boxes of 12 and 30, and economical family-size bottles of 50 and 100. The name is Anacin. Anacin. Friends, you all know history proves that our American economic system has brought more material means for happiness for more people than any other in the world, and without loss of basic freedoms. To better understand your American economic system, write today for the free booklet entitled The Miracle of America. Box 10, Times Square Station, New York City. That's Box 10, Times Square Station, New York. You'll be proud to own The Miracle of America. Mr. Keene, Tracer of Lost Persons, is based on the novel Mr. Keene. The radio sequel is originated and produced by Frank and Ann Hummert. Dialogue by Lawrence Cleave. Bennett Kilpack plays Mr. Keene. It is on the air every Thursday at this time. Don't miss Mr. Keene next Thursday when the kindly old tracer turns to the concrete cellar murder case.
From 76 years ago, February 9th, 1950, the Mr. Keene, Tracer of Lost Persons, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Up next, the Hallmark Playhouse production of Lincoln and the Baltimore Plot.
Our country was founded by men who had faith in God and who were willing to endure hardship and sacrifice for the sake of that faith. In these troubled times, there is need to support a way of life based on the enduring principles of religion, which knit the family together, make for good citizenship, and build the character of the children. The religious institutions in your community need your interest and support, so take an active part in religious affairs. Your pastor, rabbi, or priest will give you invaluable family counsel and aid if you're a newcomer to the community. To face the problems of the future, America must be morally strong, and that moral strength comes through worship and faith. Go to church this week and take someone with you.
All right, and we go back this hour on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox to 76 years ago, February 9th, 1950, the Hallmark Playhouse production of Lincoln and the Baltimore Plot, starring Victor Jory.
Remember, a Hallmark card when you care enough to send the very best. Tonight from Hollywood, the makers of Hallmark greeting cards bring you Victor Jory in Lincoln and the Baltimore Plot on the Hallmark Playhouse. Each week, Hallmark will bring you Hollywood's greatest stars in outstanding stories chosen by one of the world's best-known authors, the distinguished novelist, Mr. James Hilton.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is James Hilton. Tonight on our Hallmark Playhouse, we tell of an incident in the life of the great president whose anniversary we celebrate on Sunday. In the lives of almost all great men, there are tense moments of drama, but not all these get into the school history books. Our story tonight is one of these dramas in the life of Abraham Lincoln. It is based on papers and documents at present in the Huntington Library at San Marino, California, where they were used by Miss Norma B. Cuthbert to prepare her monograph entitled Lincoln and the Baltimore Plot. I think you'll agree that in this case, a work of scholarship produced a very exciting result. Now for a matter that's of special importance whenever a Lincoln story is dramatized. The part of Lincoln, with its many-sided brilliance, and above all its nobility of character, has always fascinated actors. And tonight we are proud to have in this role a distinguished visitor from the New York stage, Mr. Victor Jory. And now a word about Hallmark cards from Frank Goss before we begin the first act of Lincoln and the Baltimore Plot.
We celebrate a day of thoughtfulness and sentiment next week, St. Valentine's Day. And you can find Hallmark Valentines to send as proudly as you send Hallmark cards on every memorable occasion. On the back of each Valentine, you will see the hallmark that is your assurance of perfect taste. That hallmark is a symbol which all who receive your Valentines will quickly recognize, and they will know you cared enough to send the very best. Now, Hallmark Playhouse, presenting Lincoln and the Baltimore Plot, starring Victor Jory.
President Lincoln was newly elected, and he and his family were on their way to Washington for his inauguration. His journey was arranged to take him through 5 states. Like all of the presidents, he had a lot of friends, and he had more than his share of enemies. His train stopped for a night in Indianapolis, and he rode in a carriage with his wife and his friend, Ward Hill Lamont, through the crowded streets.
I'll certainly be glad when we get to the hotel
hotel. I don't know when I've seen so many people on the street.
The president doesn't pass by often. It's something to tell your children. I saw the president on the way to his inauguration.
Oh, I hope our sons are behaving themselves. I told Willie and Tad to stay seated and not to jump up and down and upset the driver.
They'll be all right. It's funny, isn't it, how alike all the faces are. I've seen these same faces every place we've stopped. The faces of the ones that liked me and the faces of the ones that hated me. And the faces of the ones who believe I'll ruin the country and the ones that hope I might do something for it.
Oh, they'll all mighty soon see.
I wish I could say to them, give me a chance. Just give me a chance. I was born of country earth and open sky. I grew listening to the dreams of free men. If you'll just give me a chance, I'll put my hand to making some of those dreams come true. I don't want to take anything from the country. I just want a chance to give.
Well, if that's what you want to say, why don't you say it?
You can't say those things. All you can do is stand up before them and state your views and hope that they'll sense how you feel and give you a chance to live and...
To live? Well, you talk as though you expected them to try to kill you.
Nonsense. Well, there's the Bates Hotel up ahead, unless I'm very much mistaken.
That's it, all right.
Yeah? We're stopping.
Let me get out of the carriage first.
No, I'll get out first.
Listen to them.
They love him.
Oh, but any one of them could have a gun.
Yes, many of them have.
Oh, I'll be glad when we get him back on that train.
Father?
Hello, son.
What are you doing down here all by yourself?
Oh, just thinking.
Well, this is no way for a president to spend his birthday.
Even the president likes to get off to himself for a little quiet thinking once in a while. You know, I'm 52 years old today.
I had an idea that you were. You've been bragging about it all day.
You know, many, many years ago, there was a girl in Illinois, and she used to say to me, Abe, someday you'll be president.
Mother?
No, I didn't know your mother then. That was when I was young. Perhaps it was the last time I was young.
Where's the girl now?
Asleep. Out there.
Oh.
Days like this, we used to tramp across the fields, talking. Seems like we never stopped talking. Strange, I can't remember any of the things she said those days. But I can remember exactly how her voice sounded. The heart remembers longer than the mind. Words can be forgotten by the mind, but the heart hears the melody of a voice eternally. Well, I'd better get back to work. Your mother sent me after Tad and Willie. I forgot about it completely.
I forgot, too. She sent me to look for Tad, Willie, and you.
Mother!
Oh, hello, son.
Mother sent me to hunt for you and Bob and Willie.
Well, Willie's the only one that's lost now.
Willie isn't lost. He's up driving the train.
No.
Yes. He's got influence with the engineer.
Come on, let's get him quick before your mother finds out.
Would any of you happen to have seen the President of the United States or his three sons?
We're going to collect Willie now, dear. He's up front talking politics.
Oh, at 10 years he must talk a brilliant game of politics.
He talks a better game than some of these politicians talk. What's that newspaper in your hand, dear?
Oh, I was just reading the accounts of our reception in New York.
Oh, I see.
I have been sent in search of the president's wife, and the president's son.
Hello, Hill. Who sent you?
Willie.
Willie?
Yes. He says you've all disappeared, and he's hunting for you. You'd better put in an appearance before he pulls the emergency cord and stops the train. And let me tell you, he can stop the train anytime he wants. He has influence with the engineer.
How did Willie get so much influence with the engineer?
The engineer wants to retire and be a postmaster.
Oh, I see.
And Willie has told him that he has a certain amount of influence with the incoming president of the United States.
Oh, you're going to have to spank that boy.
Why? He's telling the truth. He does have influence. Say, aren't we due in Philadelphia at 4 o'clock?
My goodness, is it that late?
Well, it's almost 4.
Well, all right, boys. Come with me and help get our things together.
Well, I wonder how Philadelphia is going to receive us. It's a strange thing being president. You never know whether it's a foe or a friend you're stepping off the train to meet. You never know. Oh, my dear, I've shaken so many hands tonight that my arm feels like it's going to drop off.
Oh, well, we really should go back into the reception room.
Well, even the President of the United States is entitled to a few minutes to get a breath of fresh air.
Oh, here you are, Mr. President.
Hello, Hill.
Mr. President, I'm afraid I'll have to take you away from the reception for a few minutes.
Oh?
There's someone who has a message of great importance for you.
Oh, who is it?
It's Mr. Alan Pinkerton.
The detective?
Yes.
What does he want with the President?
Oh, it's purely a routine matter, Mrs. Lincoln.
You go in and entertain the guests, dear. I'll only be a few minutes. Pinkerton's a fine detective.
He's in the next room.
President, this is an honor.
How do you do, Mr. Pinkerton? Won't you sit down?
Thank you. Mr. Lincoln, as you may know, I've been in the employ of the Philadelphia, Wilmington, and Baltimore Railroad to guard the line.
Yes, I know, Mr. Pinkerton.
Recently, from some of my employees, I've had word of a concrete and definite plot to assassinate you on your way through Baltimore the day after tomorrow.
Oh? And who is it that's going to assassinate me?
The ringleader is a barber named Fernandino.
I never heard of him.
Neither have I.
He's the head of several treasonable secret military societies in Baltimore. This plot, Mr. President, according to the conspirators themselves, even includes some of your Baltimore police escort.
Mr. Pinkerton became a member of the group for a time in order to find out what their plans were.
Fernandino says he'll immortalize himself by plunging a knife into your heart.
And is that the chief threat against my life, the half-crazed threat of a foreigner?
Don't underestimate this foreigner, Mr. President. He heads a large group. They've worked out their plot in the greatest detail. I've had several men on the case, and their reports all coincide with mine.
I see. Well, how are they going to accomplish this deed that they have resolved on?
There'll be only a small police force at the railroad depot in Baltimore. A fight will start to draw off the policemen at the moment of your arrival. Then the assassins will close around you, and the deed will be accomplished.
Well, Mr. Pinkerton, accepting your statements at their face value, what do you propose to do about this?
I would like to take you to Washington tonight, secretly.
I can't do that, Mr. Pinkerton. Tomorrow morning, I'm scheduled to raise the flag over Independence Hall, and then I must visit the legislature at Harrisburg. I'm not going to run away in the night like a frightened schoolboy. I'll be the laughing stock of the country.
As the President of the United States, it seems to me you owe it to the country to take whatever precautions seem necessary for the preservation of your person.
Even at the risk of appearing a coward?
At any risk whatsoever. So I shall remain in Philadelphia, and perhaps, after your engagements tomorrow, you will reconsider.
Well, thank you, Mr. Pinkerton, but I doubt it. Now, come in and join the guests. Mr. Lamont will show you about, won't you, Hill?
It will be a pleasure.
If you'll excuse me, I'm going up to my room. I suddenly find myself a little tired.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Who are you?
I'm Fred Seward, Mr. President. Your son, Bob, brought me up to your bedroom. He said it was the best place to talk to you confidentially.
Oh, I see.
My father sent me from Washington with some letters which he said were of such importance that he would trust them to no one else. He said he would have come himself, but with the war situation looking more and more grave every day, he didn't feel that anyone could leave the Senate.
I understand. You are aware of the contents of these letters?
Yes, Mr. President.
Your father writes that a New York detective has reported that there is serious danger to me in Baltimore. A Chicago detective named Pinkerton told me the same thing about an assassination plot.
My father asked me to urge you not to go to Baltimore.
Well, I don't see how I can change my plans now. I must go through Baltimore. I must go through Baltimore.
In just a moment, we'll return to the second act of Lincoln and the Baltimore Plot, starring Victor Jory. Do you know what holiday is coming up next Tuesday? It will be St. Valentine's Day, a time that always brings up longing for the thoughtfulness and graciousness of bygone days. And the question is often asked, why can't we have the lovely Valentines today that people used to send when gallant gentlemen drove high-stepping horses to court their ladies fair? Well, this year you can find Valentines just like the ones sent in those thoughtful days of long ago. For the makers of Hallmark cards have created old-fashioned Valentines this year, one of the most beautiful collections you have ever seen. Valentines in 3 dimensions, with lacy designs, standing out from the rest in that quaint old-fashioned way. Here's one for Mother, with pink roses and blue forget-me-nots, enchantingly beautiful. And here's another for someone very dear, a lacy heart design with ribbon and flowers. Here's another Valentine of red with heart of pure white silk. Let's read the verse within. A Valentine greeting, and with it there goes a feeling much warmer than anyone knows. A feeling that's heartfelt and specially true, because it's intended especially for you. What charm these Valentines capture. I hope you won't miss the unusual opportunity they offer you this year to remember your loved ones and friends on St. Valentine's Day. Because they're Hallmark Valentines, it's easy to find one for everyone you'll want to remember, to say just what you want to say, the way you want to say it, with the added meaning of that hallmark on the back, to show you cared enough to send the very best. Now back to James Hilton and the second act of Lincoln and the Baltimore Plot, starring Victor Jory.
The times were dangerous. The threat of storm rumbled low across the land, and history held her breath, waiting for it to break. President Lincoln paced back and forth in his room until the blood-red sun began to rise in the east. Then he went, as he had promised, to raise the flag over Independence Hall. There was a tenseness to the morning, but he refused to acknowledge it. He went inside to speak to the waiting crowd.
I am filled with deep emotion at finding myself standing in this place where were collected together the wisdom, the patriotism, the devotion to principle, from which sprang the institutions under which we live. Liberty as a hope to all the world for all future time was the sentiment which guided those who met here. If this country cannot be saved without giving up that principle, I would rather be assassinated on this spot than surrender it.
That was a fine speech, Mr. President.
Thank you, Hill. Hill, I've decided to take Mr. Pinkerton's advice. I will let him arrange for me to go through Baltimore at a different hour.
I'm glad to hear you say that, Mr. President.
That goes against the grain, mind you. No man likes to appear a coward. And as a man, my pride would make me go straight to Baltimore. But as a president, pride is a luxury I cannot afford. I have much to do yet.
Not even the bravest of men would step deliberately into a cage of hungry lions.
Perhaps not. Did Pinkerton tell you any details of his plans about my departure for Washington?
Yes. He said last night that he saw no harm in you going to Harrisburg as long as you felt so strongly about your trip. But that he felt from Harrisburg you must go directly to Washington.
All right. Tell him to go ahead with his plans. I'll do whatever he wants me to do. People of Harrisburg, while I have been proud to see today the finest military array I think that I have ever seen, allow me to say in regard to those men that they give hope of what may be done when war is inevitable. But at the same time, allow me to express the hope that in the shedding of blood, their services may never be needed. Mary, I don't like to leave you.
I understand, dear. Mr. Pinkerton wants the rest of us to go on to Baltimore as originally planned.
Yes, Hill is waiting for me downstairs now.
Who's going with you?
No one.
Just Hill and you?
Yes, just Hill and me and one car and locomotive and one engineer.
Well, is that safe?
Pinkerton seems to think so. It's being done in the best detective fashion. There will be no lights, no communications. The telegraph linesmen have cut all the wires. No telegrams will be delivered in or out of Harrisburg until Mr. Pinkerton gives the word.
Will this train take you all the way to Washington?
No, just to Philadelphia. Pinkerton is going to meet us in Philadelphia and get us on the New York-Washington train.
Yeah. God keep you.
And you. And the boys. Goodbye, my dear. Spooky, isn't it, Hill? Like a ghost train cutting its way through the night. Somehow it doesn't seem like the right kind of entrance for a president. A president should... Oh, well.
I know what you mean. The president should be standing in the sunlight. The band should be playing. Well, history keeps changing. And the president has to do what the hour demands of him, just as you are doing. If anything happened to you, it would be the end of the country.
Don't you think it for 1 minute. This country isn't dependent on any one man. It isn't a leader that makes the country. It's the country that makes the leader. It isn't the man that makes the office of president. It's the office of president that makes the man. I am what the majority of the American people who elected me want me to be. When someone else takes my place, he'll be what the majority want him to be.
Well, a man has to have the makings of a president. And
if a man is a good American, then he has the makings of a president. No, my friend, the loss of a single man can never hurt this nation. It will always put another man in office and go on. The nation may grieve. It may have a sense of loss. But it will go on.
Well, we don't want it to have to go on without you.
You know, I love this land of mine. I love her voices. The voices of the storms and the winds. The voices of the hammer and the saw. Yes, and of the railroads splitting the prairie with the challenge of civilization. The voices of the people themselves. Arguing and growing by their own arguments, learning more and more every day what freedom means and liberty. I hope I shall be listening to them for a long time yet. You know, I'm beginning to wonder if I ever will get to Washington. Maybe I'll be the first president that was assassinated before he was inaugurated.
I think Mr. Pinkerton is much too efficient to permit a thing like that to happen.
How sad it must be to love the people and to die at their hands.
Pinkerton over by the corner.
Well, I'm beginning to feel like a fugitive. Come on.
Here you are, sir. Come with me. Did you have a pleasant trip?
I've had pleasanter, but none quite so interesting.
Here we are. Now, if you, Mr. Lemon, will get in. We're going to the PW&B station, where you'll board a regular passenger train. berth has been reserved by one of my women detectives. She said it was for her invalid brother, you.
I'm beginning to feel more and more like one.
Kindly remain in the berth with the curtains closed until you reach Washington. Above all, don't so much as stick a whisker out of the berth while the train is in Baltimore.
Yes, Mr. Pinkerton.
I shall be close by until you're safely in Washington.
Thank you. Believe me, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for all your efforts in my behalf.
Try to get some sleep, sir. I know this has all been a great deal of strain.
Yes, I will.
Well, we're on our way.
Baltimore, all out for Baltimore.
Baltimore, Mr. Pinkerton.
Yes, Mr. Lamont. Baltimore.
I think he's asleep. Well, so far, so good.
One of my men just reported to me that all was well. The depot was perfectly quiet. Baltimore's asleep. Good night, Barber Fernandino. Sleep deeply. The ships have passed in the night, and the hour and the man have escaped you.
Mr. President. Washington, D.C. Just a moment. I'll get off ahead of you, if you don't mind.
Where's Mother Pinkerton?
Were you asking for me, Mr. President? Welcome to Washington.
I might have known. Now, how did you get down there on the platform ahead of me?
He got off the car ahead. Well, let's get off.
Senator Seward is waiting at Willard's to breakfast with you, Mr. President. He didn't want to cause any commotion by appearing on the platform.
How do you know he's waiting at Willard's?
The message was conveyed to me by, certain sources.
Mr. Pinkerton, you are amazing.
Mr. Lincoln, may I return the compliment? My association with you shall always be one of my most treasured memories.
Thank you, Mr. Pinkerton.
Thank you, Mr. President. And now, this is where we say goodbye. The only thing I must do now is restore the telegraph service and send this message by code. Here, read it if you like.
This is to report the safe arrival in Washington of President Abraham Lincoln.
I'm very proud to have been able to give you a safe conduct into history. Mr. Lincoln, goodbye and good luck.
Goodbye, Mr. Pinkerton. I sincerely hope I shall prove to be worth all this trouble. Well, the plot failed, didn't it? The Baltimore Plot failed.
Victor Jory and James Hilton will return in a moment. In this hurly-burly age, one of the finest things you can do for a child is to teach him to be thoughtful of other people. It isn't always easy. But Hallmark Valentine Kits for Children offer you a pleasant way to teach your youngsters thoughtfulness. Hallmark make-your-own Valentine kits contain red hearts, lacy panels, appealing decorations, everything needed. One kit with the makings of 16 Valentines costs only $1. Other make-your-own kits are as little as 50 cents. It will thrill your youngsters to send Valentines they've made themselves to fond grandparents, to aunts and uncles, and their little friends. And giving such pleasure to others by the work of their own small hands will teach them in a wonderful way. So tomorrow, stop in at the friendly store where you buy Hallmark cards and ask to see Hallmark Make-Your-Own Valentines. Here again is James Hilton.
Thank you, Victor Jory, for a truly memorable performance in tonight's story.
It was a pleasure to be here, Mr. Hilton, and to play Abraham Lincoln in this exciting adventure story from his life. The fact that it was one of the lesser-known incidents from Lincoln's life made it particularly intriguing to me.
That's about how we feel, Mr. Jory. With Lincoln's birthday just a few days away, it seemed to me to provide a fascinating drama as well as a timely one for Hallmark Playhouse.
Yes, Mr. Hilton, your story selection tonight was as timely as your Hallmark cards. Frankly, I was delighted to hear about those old-fashioned Hallmark Valentines. I've always felt there's a place in our modern lives for thoughtfulness and honest sentiment. But tell me, Who's joining you next week on Hallmark Playhouse?
None other than Ethel Barrymore. You can imagine how proud we are to have on our Hallmark Playhouse the leading lady of the American theater. And Miss Barrymore will star in a story written by one of America's best-loved authors, Miss Edna Ferber. It has the rather unusual title, April 25th, as Usual. And it's a warm-hearted story of a Middle Western family and their problems as the children grow up. A problem as American as the little Wisconsin town they call their home. Until next Thursday, then, this is James Hilton saying good night.
Remember, Hallmark cards when you care enough to send the very best. Victor Jory can be seen currently in the 20th Century Fox production Caribou Trail. This is Frank Goss saying goodnight to you all until next week at the same time when James Hilton returns to present Ethel Barrymore in Edna Ferber's April 25th as usual. And the week following, the autobiography of Will Rogers, edited by Donald Day, when our star will be Edward Arnold, who will tell you the story, with Will Rogers Jr. portraying the part of his illustrious father. And the week after that, John Fante's The Wine of Youth on the Hallmark Playhouse. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
This is KMBC, Kansas City, Missouri.
Yep, another station I grew up with there, the Hallmark Playhouse, 76 years ago, February 9th, 1950, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage at classicradio.stream to support the podcast. Coming up next, we'll check in with David and Claudia.
People become handicapped at birth or through accident and disease. Goodwill Industries is dedicated to helping the handicapped achieve as normal and useful a life as possible. There are more handicapped people wanting and needing training and employment than present facilities can serve. Today's handicapped children, who will be the handicapped adults of tomorrow, will add to the growing number of people who look to Goodwill Industries for help, to help themselves. Goodwill Industries needs the support of your community just as much as your community and its handicapped need Goodwill Industries.
And we wrap up this Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox podcast going back 78 years, February 9th, 1948, for this episode of David and Claudia. And there is a visitor for dinner.
Your Coca-Cola bottler presents Claudia. Claudia, based on the play and novels by Rose Franken. Brought to you, transcribed, Monday through Friday, by your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. Relax, and while you're listening, refresh yourself. Have a Coke. And now, Claudia.
David, you've got hours before dinner. You don't have to hurry.
How long is hours? I'm hungry.
About 15 minutes.
Well, what have you been doing?
Twiddling my toes.
This is a very extraordinary occasion.
Why?
You've permitted me to shower, shave, and dress without interrupting me once. Not even one tickle.
You feel nice and smooth and cool.
What are you making that's kept you so preoccupied?
I'm stuffing peppers.
Oh, doesn't sound very nice.
Don't you like them?
I like the pepper part.
You'll like the stuffing part, too, the way I make it. It's good enough to be eaten unstuffed. 2 apiece, is that enough?
Sounds like plenty. The kitchen's warm. Let's go into the living room unless you have to watch those things.
No, they'll cook faster if I don't. You know, I think watching things cook must embarrass them or something. I'll even put out the light so they won't think we're spying. I'm hungry. He's hungry, too.
Say, you know who I ran into today?
Somebody hungry?
In a different way. Reggie Finch.
Oh, I met him New Year's Day at Julia's party, didn't I?
Exactly.
I never forget a face. He was very nice.
I told him to call us up sometime. He's pretty lonesome, I guess.
Of course he is. He's only a bachelor. We're lucky. Neither of us are bachelors.
He's hungry, too. And he doesn't want to wait.
Oh, all right. Look, I'll feed you now. And you, too. Come along, both of you.
You look like the Pied Piper of Hamelin.
You compare these two monsters to mice? You haven't seen them eat. Bluff costs a lot more to feed than you. I have it all ready, baby.
Come and get it.
Look at them, aren't they sweet? Oh.
They're pigs. I really think we're living in a zoo.
Like it?
It's crowded, but what do you think?
Would anybody else?
I doubt it. Nobody else is that crazy.
I think all the clocks ought to stop. Our doors should lock, and you and I would live happily ever after. Just you and I, nobody else.
Darling, don't you miss other people?
Miss them? I haven't got room or time or desire for them, David. I've never been so happy.
But, darling, it's not right for two people to depend so much on each other for company.
We're not company, and we're a lot more than two people. We're you and me and
Yeah,
Blackie.
you don't have to go through the list. I know it by heart.
And that's enough for me. David, aren't you?
Of course I am.
Well, then don't frown like that. And don't worry about me until I tell you to. That's Mama.
Want me to answer?
Would you? I better watch Shakespeare so she doesn't steal Bluff's dinner.
That cat has a tapeworm.
Now take it easy,
Hello.
you beautiful old dog. Nobody's going to
Yeah.
take your dinner away from you. Shakespeare, get away from that oven. You'll get singed. Then you'll be as angry as the singed cat. Careful now. Oh, they're beautiful.
No, we're delighted. No, there's nothing to interrupt. It's 12C. Fine.
It wasn't Mama.
I couldn't be more surprised it was Reggie Finch.
Oh, he really called.
And so quickly. You know, you get so used to saying, call me sometimes, or see you sometime. But when a person calls you, it's hard to believe.
Where is he? What do you want?
He was at the corner. He's on his way up here.
Up here now?
Do you mind?
Well, no, but we haven't had dinner yet.
There's enough for him, isn't there?
I guess so. Oh, David, how can you divide 4 peppers 3 ways?
That is a problem. I know. Break 'em up. Then he won't know how many there were in the first place.
Break them up. I've been so careful to keep them together.
Reggie won't mind.
But he's from Newport and Long Island.
What do you think? People from Newport and Long Island never saw broken up green peppers?
They may have seen them, but I'll bet the closest they ever came to eating them was a green tomato.
He might not even want to stay for dinner, darling. I don't know how he happens to be coming even. Probably just to say hello or something.
I better send another place in case. David,
What is it, darling?
did you invite him this afternoon when you met him?
No, of course not. I'd have told you. Why?
Oh, it just seems like a coincidence that he should call right after you were telling me that we didn't see enough people.
Yes, it is a coincidence, isn't it?
Mm.
Reggie's a funny guy. I've never seen him very much. Never knew him very well. But we've always just sort of touched each other as we went our separate ways.
The last thing I expected was to have company tonight. David, I thought it would be just us.
Oh, there he is.
You go, darling, while I set the extra plates and crumble the peppers, poor thing.
Well, Reggie, come on in.
Don't you love the way I come blustering in at dinner time? I think it's wonderful.
It's the best time to go visiting, Reggie. But only the most civilized people know that.
Well, I'll fool you. I'll act barbaric and leave just as soon as dinner is about to be served.
You don't know my wife. If her guests don't eat, she sends them off to the hospital.
Oh, I've got another appointment. Thanks anyway.
Yeah, you can leave your coat right here.
David, this is a lovely place.
It is nice. We're leaving it.
Oh? By desire or compulsion?
Desire and compulsion. We're moving to a farm in the spring.
To a farm?
Mm.
With pigs and cows and things?
All of that, I hope.
Well, of all things. Eastbrook. Who do I know in Eastbrook?
I don't know. Let's see. It could be Nancy Riddle, probably.
Oh, yes, Nancy Riddle, dreadful woman. Why did she have to paint her hair so orange?
Funny, I thought it was red.
Last year.
Pussy, 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 you two cats. You're worse than Shakespeare, both of you. Hello, Reggie.
Yeah, hello, Claudia. I hope you don't mind this intrusion.
Intrusion? What's that? Please sit down.
She's very sweet, David.
I told you.
You're staying for dinner, aren't you, Reggie?
I'm so sorry. I was just telling David I had another appointment. Thank you for asking. So, you're going to become a farmer's wife, Claudia.
I'm really sorry, but it looks like that, Reggie. Except,
Well,
you know, I don't know a Karl from a... What's the other thing?
You'll learn, darling. You'll learn.
Well, then, how do you know you want to live on a farm, of all places? Are you certain you want to let yourself in for living in the country all the year round?
I do, for better, for worse, through weeds and through whatever else you live through on a farm.
Well, you're rushing into it, seems to me. New Year's Day, you had no idea, did you?
None at all.
Isn't it wonderful? I adore rushing into things. I rushed into marrying David, and look what happened.
You're having a baby.
Well, that's wonderful, too. You know, it's a sort of dividend for marriage, like having a brook on a farm.
Well, I must say, I've never heard of a farm compared to a marriage or a baby to a brook. I think it's very perceptive of you, Claudia.
What is David?
Good heavens, he's big enough to eat me up.
You needn't worry, Reggie. He just ate his dinner.
Now I can understand why you're buying a farm. It's one way of keeping oversized pets in meat.
Reggie, farms are for milk, not meat.
Is she serious, David?
Don't ask me. I only married her.
Well, I'll be... Oh, you have another animal?
This one's a cat.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was a tiger. Yeah, look, the way it's advancing. How on earth have you accumulated all this? A house, a dog, a cat? In your few months married?
Well, we haven't done much else.
That's not true, David. We've also accumulated a baby and, let me see, what else now?
Oh, my, that's plenty. I'm exhausted listening to you. I'm years older. And, well, you make me feel like a parasite.
It's silly to feel like that, Reggie. After all, you're not us. And it's not your fault, is it, David?
Claudia means that she feels lucky about life, Reggie.
And, well, she might. No, I'm not you. I think I wish I were.
That's Mama.
Bet you it's Roger.
Bet you 20 cents.
It's a deal?
Shake.
Shake.
Yeah.
Sure.
While you two are bargaining, would you like me to answer the telephone?
I'll go.
David, you didn't shake.
Can't you take my word for it?
No, I cannot.
Well, I think
I want to hear who it is. Oh, he's whispering. David, who is it? I'm sorry, Reggie. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, not at all. This is very important.
David, that's not fair. Who is it?
Speak up, David. We can't hear you. Yeah, that'll do it.
Thank you very much.
That was Roger.
It was.
Where's your proof?
My word.
Won't do. Why didn't you speak up if it was Roger?
Yes, why didn't you?
Well, Claudia, you owe me 20 cents.
Claudia, don't pay him. You have no proof.
You heard that, David? No proof. Besides, we never shook.
I said shook.
I'll bet anybody 20 cents that it was your mother all along.
Reggie, I think you're probably right.
You're a fine one, Reginald Finch. Coming in here, into my happy home, breaking up my marriage, planting seeds of doubt into my wife's mind. Why, I've a half a mind.
Why don't we call up your mother and see?
That's a wonderful idea. I'll do it.
You know what you've done? Claudia will never believe another word I say.
No, it's not nice, David, to deceive your wife for a measly 20 cents.
I'm darling. David, you confess?
I have nothing to confess. My honor is unblemished.
It's ringing.
Oh, my, I shall be very embarrassed if you were speaking the truth, David. And won't you if you weren't?
It's still ringing.
Claudia, if we lose, I shall put up the 20 cents for you.
There's no answer.
You see?
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
No answer, Reggie.
I know. Maybe your mother called up for you from outside, not from her home at all.
Of course, that's what happened, isn't it? Of course.
No, I'm not talking.
David, isn't it? Now, come on.
I said I am not talking.
Call Roger.
That's an idea.
Oh, he's out, too.
You covered your tracks well.
David, I'll tickle you if you don't tell me.
You wouldn't dare.
Wouldn't I, though? Reggie, hold his hand.
Here I come, David. Cry mercy.
Claudia.
Oh,
Claudia, stop.
Well, David.
Well.
Stop. I confess it was a wrong number.
Oh, no. Wrong number.
Sorry to disappoint you, but it was a wrong number.
Oh, you always spoil all the fun. Well, I guess we might as well eat. Reggie, you are going to stay, aren't you?
Oh, no. I must be getting along. Another appointment. I told a chap at the club that...
Oh, I'm awfully sorry. We really have enough. You see, Bluff and Shakespeare have already eaten.
Well, maybe next time, Reggie.
Yes, maybe.
Reggie, it was awfully sweet of you to drop up. I enjoyed it.
Well, yes, I'm glad I did.
And come again soon.
Yes, well, good night. Have a nice evening.
We're really sorry you're not staying.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I suppose I could.
You could?
Yeah, you see, that other engagement, well, it...
You mean you can break it?
No, I mean I didn't have one. I was lonesome, thought I'd like to see you, but I didn't want to barge in on your dinner.
Then you can stay, that's marvelous.
No, I shouldn't. It's such an imposition. But eating alone is so...
I know now, I know.
We want you to stay, and we hope you want to, Reggie.
And we have enough of everything, lots.
Well, I do. I do want to, and I know you have enough of everything. That's why I felt alone. I came to call on you.
I'm glad you did, Reggie, because we'll have a lot more of everything if you'll share it with us.
Mr. Reginald Finch, would you do us the honor, good man, of staying to dinner?
Oh,
Now, let me see. I had an appointment at the club. No, I couldn't possibly.
Can't you break the appointment? Oh, please do. We're having stuffed peppers.
Stuffed peppers? Yeah, I accept. I simply adore stuffed peppers. And do you know they never have them on the menu at the Ritz?
Oh, so dull, the Ritz.
These broadcasts are adapted for radio by Manya and Roger Starr, and the entire production is supervised and directed by William Brown Maloney. Hospitality, fortunately, doesn't depend on spending a lot of money or going to a lot of trouble. One of the surest signs of hospitality is a tray full of ice-cold Coca-Cola. And Coke still costs only 5 cents, though it's the self-same delicious drink folks have ordered for years whenever they want the pause that refreshes. Keep plenty of Coke in the refrigerator, and you've plenty of good times in store. Every day, Monday through Friday, Claudia comes to you transcribed with the best wishes of your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. So listen again tomorrow at the same time. And now this is Joe King saying au revoir. And remember, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be, when you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. For ice-cold Coca-Cola makes any pause the pause that refreshes.
And there you have it, Claudia from 78 years ago, February 9th, 1948, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for being with us on this Monday. Stop by tomorrow when we will have on our Tuesday comedy edition of the podcast, Lucille Ball, Richard Denning, and My Favorite Husband, Ezra Stone as Henry Aldrich and the Aldrich Family, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, and a Sam Shovel mystery, the case of the nephew who gambled away his mother's sister's salary, or he lost his aunt's pay. Yeah. You gotta know Pig Latin to get that one. Also, Lionel Barrymore and Agnes Moorehead in Mayor of the Town, and an episode of Claudia. That's all coming up tomorrow on the Classic Radio Theater Tuesday edition of the podcast. Have yourself a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.